Chloe Collins.
Alright. Hello, everyone. Let me adjust you two. You two are a little small.
Itty bitty. Just so tiny.
You'd be a little bigger as a treat.
Yippee.
No, your Twitter tweeted the wrong game because you had it under the wrong thingy.
Oh well, I don't tweet early anyway.
Oopsie, uh-oh. I love wizards.
Valid. Understandable. Well, thank you so much for the follow, Rascal Key. I appreciate it.
Oh, hi, Garrett! Hi! Hi, buddy! It's been a hot minute.
I see, I see. I don't know what to say. My thoughts had empty.
Real. Most of this stream is just gonna be me tism blasting.
Thank you for the follow as well, Angelic Misery. I appreciate it. I don't know how to feel about that. I'll just tap to start, get that started. Have it do wizard things, I don't know. No, it has to download stuff. Has to download some wizards, I guess.
Well, that's... Oh, that downloaded fast.
Yep.
God damn.
It's been 2 years?
Screams. I don't know.
The little guy of all time.
Oh yeah,
I love him.
the freaking Sanrio cinema roll.
The freaking cinema roll.
I love when cinema roll. That is all.
I love when cinema roll. Speaking of cinema roll, IDV Sanrio collab happening right now.
Oh yeah, let's gonna single-handedly
really?
draw Peachy back in. I'm only
Can't believe
11.
Joseph got the cinema roll skin. Wild to me.
Casually claiming the things. What if you
Calling
started
this game Promise of Wizard feels so wrong to me.
It really does. I love the collection of twinks on the game. So real.
He has cinema roll on his head.
Fair warning, this game is untranslated. It is not global yet. It is getting an anime this year, I believe, which is very fun and exciting. But yeah, if you want to like read the story and like get all the like character information on these silly wizard boys, go to the website that's on the right-hand side of the screen.
Yeah. Actually, let me throw that up in chat because I can. You're just here for the vibes, you don't have to understand nothing. That's so valid.
That's so real of you, Garrett.
The story in this game is so gosh darn good. It is literally
So
like
good.
my favorite thing ever. It is so beautiful.
It's quite possibly my favorite take on like wizards or like magic users in like any sort of media. I like them.
That's so much work. I'd rather have them talk to me in a language I can't understand.
Honestly, so real.
Well, that's why we're here to read it to you.
So true.
We're here to take out some of the hard work.
Yeah.
You can stare at the twink. It's fine. I believe the blue option is no voice.
Yeah. I can read and understand, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've had to, like, fucking coach others through this game.
Yeah, I just happen to know that, like, Nashi is negative. It's like, okay, yeah, that's definitely declining. So, who should be Akira? I guess is a question.
That's a great question, actually.
I think Sophie has the most main character vibes.
Me? This is your channel.
So,
It's up to you. I will say, I love Akira. It's up to you. They narrate like everything, you know.
yeah, I believe in you. You read as Ira before. You can be narrator.
Oh
main
God!
character.
I have been the narrator before. Pretty much. Main character syndrome. Okie dokie. Is everybody ready?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay. It says breeze and then meow. And then... Okay. It's so windy tonight. Maybe that's why all the cats won't stop meowing. I managed to buy some canned cat food for cheap, so I should drop by the old cat lady's house on the way back. Kuro and Hanako get tuna, Tama gets some chicken, and Tora gets salmon. And senior food for Grandpa Tails. The old cat lady lets me take care of them every now and then because we live close by. Each cat is so cute and unique. Oh, that's right. The old cat lady mentioned something like this. Mysterious things happen on nights when the wind is strong, the cats are on edge, and the full moon shines brightly in the sky. Moon. Whoa, what a huge full moon. It looks even brighter than usual. It's so big and bright. I can probably get a nice picture just with my phone camera. Focus and... got it. Once I get a picture of the moon, I head to my apartment's elevator while gazing at my phone. I press the elevator button, wait for it to arrive, and step through the open doors. So hard to take a picture of the moon. Actually, this is already unrealistic.
So true. Mobile phone cameras just can't.
I can't either. Oh, I got a really clear picture of the moon. I'll show it to the old cat lady when I drop by with the canned cat food. Huh? Something seems off. I look up from my smartphone and my eyes widen in surprise. This doesn't look like the elevator in my apartment complex. Clatter. I don't know if I'm supposed to read that. The echoing sounds are also familiar. What's going on? Was the building undergoing renovations?
Yeah.
Just yeah from I don't know who.
That's okay, yeah. She's like, huh? I can't believe my eyes. A hat floats in midair, and it's speaking to me.
Speaking ham. I forgot Mur showed up so early. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the first dude.
He's already here. Wow. Hat jump scare.
Good.
Let me hear his voice, because like whenever I see him, I think of Leo's voice, but that is incorrect.
I mean,
Dude.
from what I remember, it's not that far off.
It's often
Yeah,
not.
no, he sounds like that.
You hate him
And then
already.
Leo's voice actor just Owen.
God, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
It's completely different. He sounds it's totally different. Never
Does he
mind.
sound like Samatoki?
Yes.
No.
No.
I don't think he sounds like Samatoki at all.
No,
Dude.
it's in like the middle.
His voice fucking literal chameleon. What the fuck?
God, who does he
Right?
voice in
He's so
A3? Because like
talented.
the character he voices A3 is like kind of the in between.
Itaru.
Yeah.
Itaru. Oh god. So I have nothing to say about A3. I'm not into it, but Itaru is so hot. Okay, moving on.
Speak your truth.
Alright. Welcome, Sir Sage. Let me escort you to this elevator's destination. I am a Western wizard, I can't read. Our destination is a world splintered by the Great Catastrophe. Wow. It's an honor to meet you, my beloved Sir Sage. That's such a weird translation.
Yeah. I know, I wish they just put Kenja-sama. That's what they all say. Akira, by the way, you can play as a boy or a girl and it doesn't change any of the dialogue. It's all the same, which I think is really cool of this game. To me, she is a girl, and I'm reading her, and I'm a girl, so she's gonna be a girl to me here.
All wizards are queer.
Whoa! Do I read the things in italics, or do you want to read those?
I mean, it's from Akira's perspective.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like...
Okay. A gracious gentleman appears underneath the hat. He pays no attention to my exclamation of surprise and continues speaking.
I may soon drag you into a rather cumbersome situation, Sir Sage. Now, there are many cumbersome things in this world. Take, for example, love affairs, prestige, war, family, friends, revenge, repayment. But this time, the most cumbersome problem of all awaits us. Saving the world. We would like to ask you for your assistance in this matter.
What's going on? Am I dreaming? The young man named Mur smiles in response to my bewilderment.
We'll be arriving soon. Both the world and I have been torn apart quite terribly, and you'll probably be sorely disappointed in me, but if we could become friends nonetheless, I'd be very happy. Oh, brilliant Sage. I have yearned to meet you for so long.
Yearning!
Truth be told, I don't care about the world at all. Acts of charity are her pain after all. But I want you to discover the truth about this world.
When Mur disappears, the elevator stops. Ding! Slowly the doors open.
Alright, who's gonna be these bastards?
I don't want to be these bastards.
I mean, you're already doing a lot being Akira, to be honest. I could be the man with the fancy beard, and Marvel, you can be the soldier.
Yeah, alright.
Alright.
Hawk Robin!
I'm just going with the information that's already on the page, okay? Sir Sage.
Huh?
The sage has arrived. The wizard summoning ritual was a success.
Oh wait, I think there's meant to be multiple soldiers. Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
NPCs.
NPCs! Cheers for the sage! Cheers!
Huh? What's going on?
Now, this way, Sir Sage. Thank you for coming to us. My name is Drummond. That's a weird name. I'm a Central Country's Minister of Magical Affairs.
I'm Cock Robin, the Secretary of Central Country.
This way, Sir Sage. Let me escort you to the Central Castle before those pesky wizards arrive. Pesky wizards, so true.
Huh? Please wait a second. What are you all doing? Is this a prank or some kind of new VR experience?
We were waiting for you, Sir Sage. You're going to battle the Great Catastrophe and save the world.
Battle what and save the world? Is my apartment complex doing some kind of game collaboration? Well, maybe there's a camera hiding somewhere. I really can't have this, you know.
Do not fear. There's nothing dangerous about this. The pesky wizards are the one who we will be fighting.
Wizards?
Yes, but they're a rowdy bunch who never listen to our commands. Much like cats. For some reason, they historically only listen to the sage who arrives from another world.
Sir Drummond, we have news.
What? The wizards? This is bad. We need to coax the sage away before they arrive. We really need to get close to Sir Sage. Sir Sage, let us hurry to the central castle.
Please wait. I don't understand anything at all. Surrounded by soldiers, feeling threatened, I shake my head furiously. I really don't play RPGs, so I don't know how you want me to react. Please take someone else.
You'll come with us even if we have to make you. Soldiers!
Gasp. The moment I try to flee, the soldiers all draw their swords.
Sir Drummond, this is excessive.
Silence. The damn wizards are the one at fault here.
Those damn wizards. The silver swords approach me with a terrifying glare. The blades shine as if they're real, and I turn pale. Oh God, there's something wrong with these people. In that moment, I spot a shadow approaching us from the sky beyond the window. 2 young men flying through the sky on their broomsticks. They're flying through the sky? What in the world? Is the outside scenery part of this VR too? I strain my eyes, trying to unveil the trick behind this bizarre sight, when they pass through the window and land right in front of my eyes, whisking up a real breeze. Huh? They make their brooms vanish in an instant like magic and stand on either side of me.
Alright.
Yep.
Who's gonna be Kane and who's gonna be Heath?
Maybe
Who
down.
is passionate about these wizards?
I kind of care Heath because he reminds me of Tsukasa.
You know, that's real.
Aww. Yeah.
I guess that leaves me as Kane then.
That works.
Okay. Your prediction is spot on, Heath. I didn't think the guys from the Ministry of Magical Affairs would actually come to kidnap the sage.
I told you. Humans just don't trust us.
Surprised, I looked at them, one at a time. The tall, fearless young man turns around to look at me. His eyes are of different colors.
Are you the new sage?
Huh?
I'm Kane, a central wizard. I'm also the knight who will protect you. What's your name?
He's so cute. I'm Akira. When I smile, the young man named Kane turns the corners of his lips upward into a smile.
Sir Akira. Nice to meet you. Before we do anything else, let's deal with these guys.
He laughs boldly and draws his sword. It looks far more splendid than the swords of other soldiers surrounding us, with fine decorations and a sharpened blade. Is this a real sword? As a chill of nervousness runs through my body, the soldiers look just as nervous.
General Kane. It's General Kane!
Ugh, it's former General Kane. He's no longer your commanding officer. Kane, you'll be punished for treason if you keep pointing your sword at me, a minister.
I don't like threatening the elderly, you know, but if you're going to do anything funny to our dear sage, that's another story. Sorry, but I'm not holding back. Hey now, don't flinch. Didn't I teach you not to get overwhelmed by your opponent's spirit? Pull yourselves together and march forward, even if I'm your opponent. Now bring it on!
He's so cute. Kishi-sama, Kishi-sama.
Oh, head pats. You're gonna start a murder hate club? Why?
That's so mean.
He's so nya.
Yeah, it's just a little meow meow.
Even if I'm your opponent. Now bring it on. Yes, sir.
Kane, how many times must I tell you? These soldiers have no longer follow your command. I'll give their orders.
You're so picky.
You're too relaxed. That's why you were chased out of your rank as commanding officer.
Okay. Have it your the fuck. I'm doing that line read again. Okay. Have it your way. Just make it quick. Go ahead, Your Excellency.
Go. Get him.
Ah! That was cringe. Sorry.
No, there's gonna be a lot of that, I feel like.
Yeah.
The soldiers raise their voices and rush at Kane. I'm bewildered by the sudden uproar, but Kane battles so dashingly that I can't take my eyes off of him. He dodges soldiers blindly, swinging their blades one after another, and beats them down with ease. Amazing. He's so cool. That's when somebody's hand timidly tugs at my arm. His fingertips are cold.
Just quiet.
Just quiet.
I'm Heathcliff, an Eastern wizard. Please follow me.
I take one look at the boy named Heathcliff, and my breath is taken away. He's a beautiful boy, more beautiful than anyone I've ever seen on television or online. He's like a work of art, crafted with the most delicate workmanship. Heathcliff turns his eyes downward as if to escape my gaze.
This way.
He's such a little meow meow.
He's so cute. No, he's very precious. I follow Heathcliff to a dark staircase, escaping the floor that has become a total battleground. I feel my anxiety growing. I know there were no spiral staircases in my apartment complex. Can I ask a question? Heathcliff looks at me over his shoulder as we're halfway down the stairwell. His vivid eyes are like fine jewels. I'm mesmerized for an instant, but my expression soon turns to a frown. Heathcliff looks ill. Upon closer inspection, Kane, who is fighting on the floor above, also looks exhausted. Are you okay? You don't look very good. Whoa! Heathcliff staggers out of nowhere, and I quickly reach out to support him. Breathing heavily, Heathcliff rests a hand on his forehead.
I apologize. I'm almost entirely out of magic.
Magic?
We just came from our battle with the Great Catastrophe. Kane is also at his limit.
Don't let them go. Catch them.
Heathcliff sound.
Soldiers come chasing us from the floor above. Heathcliff leads me by the hand and we try to make our way to the lower floor, but a crowd approaches us from below.
We've caught you in the middle. Now you can't get away.
Don't worry, Sir Sage. I'll protect you.
You look so ill. I'm sorry, saying his name so many times is like hard. Heathcliff holds up his hand in front of his chest. A gentle light begins to gather around his hand. Before I can register it, there's a pocket watch in his palm. What was that? Heathcliff quickly grips the pocket watch and closes his eyes.
Oh no, magic sounds.
Some of their spells are hard.
Yeah, for real.
I'm just gonna listen to how he said it again and then try. Repsel. That's so bad.
That is really hard. Mithras is the easiest, I will say. In that moment, the soldiers all freeze up like figurines. What?
Heathcliff sound again.
Are you okay? As if overwhelmed by vertigo, Heathcliff falls to one knee. quickly nods and forces himself to stand back up.
Alright, let's hurry. The magic will come undone in an instant. We need to hurry, or else Mr. Faust will.
I support Heath's back while falling deeper into my confusion. He doesn't look like he's performing for a prank. This looks real. The same goes for the sharpness of the soldiers' swords, and for Kane, who hides his exhaustion as he fights on.
Heath, are you alright?
I'm fine.
If it's all real, then what in the world is going on?
今夜の風は肌にまとわりつきますね。まるで後腐れた常人の指先のよう。
Who is this?
Shylock, I'm pretty sure is his name.
Oh!
Yeah, I want to say it's Shylock.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be Shylock?
I don't care.
I mean, if no one else is gonna, like, step up to do it,
Okay.
I may as well.
I'm not as passionate about him, I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. I am admittedly a Western Wizard stan, so it just feels right.
Yes.
The wind really lingers on your skin tonight. Like the touch of a lover bound to cause future troubles.
中央の塔が見え
The
てきまし
central
た。
tower is within sight.
カインとヒースクリフは
Heathcliff
無事でしょうか。
Come
Cora,
now. Stop
よ
getting
そ見はしない
distracted.
で
I'll leave you
置いていき
behind.
ますよ。
Mer.
ムール。今行く。
I'm at it over
Really
right now.
good.
Yeah, really good Shylock voice.
賢者様、こちらへ。
This way, Sir Sage.
Yes. Still in a daze, I follow Heathcliff as we weave our way through the crowd of soldiers, frozen stiff like figurines. We're almost at the bottom of the stairwell when their fingers begin to twitch.
The spell is wearing off.
In the next moment, the soldiers all begin to move at once.
Capture the sage! Huh? He's gone? Where'd he go?
どこに行ったバカ。お前の後
You
ろだ。
idiot, he's right behind you!
いつの間
When
に
did he get there?
逃がすものか。
We're not letting you go!
Soldiers surround us. Dun dun dun.
Dog. Stop. You.
Not the dog causing problems.
What the dog doing?
Barking, mostly.
We're on...
Oh, sorry, that is me. That's when a strange smelling white smoke drifts into the scene from the window at the end of the stairs. It's dazzlingly sweet, akin to wine. I look up in surprise, and there, on the once empty windowsill, sits a young man. He smiles gently, but there's a mysterious, seductive air to him as well. Perhaps it's because of the long pipe in his mouth.
こんばんは。
Good evening.
シャイロック。
Shylock.
いけない人。
My goodness, I can't believe you. You and Kane are both pushing yourselves far past your limits. You must have barely hung onto your brooms to get here.
だって、
I had to.
ファウスト先
For
生。
Mr. Faust.
わかってい
I
ます
know.
よ。
Leave the rest to us.
あとは、わ、
Young man strokes Heathcliff's pale cheeks and smiles at me over Heathcliff's shoulder.
はじめま
Pleased
し
to
て
meet you, Sir
賢者
Sage.
様。
I am Shylock,
私
a
は西
Western
の
wizard.
国の魔法使い。
Wizard. I'm shaken again. Shylock gives me a refined smile. He seductively brings the pipe to his lips.
魔法使いがまた増えた。
Another wizard! Don't let them scare you. They should have
大いなる厄災との
used up all their power in the battle against the Great Calamity. Fuck. I'm so used to calling it the Great Calamity and not the Great Catastrophe.
Me too!
I see.
Same here.
Fuck it,
Shylock
ball.
simply breathes out a puff of smoke from his pipe, and the white smoke fills the room with a sweet, intoxicating scent. The soldiers all suddenly stumble on their feet, as if they're drunk.
Huh? Hey, isn't this kind of fun? This bed looks real comfy. I'll just go to sleep.
Before I know it, the soldiers are all falling to the floor wearing delighted expressions. Shylock crosses his legs up high and brings his pipe away from his lips.
いい夢を
Sweet dreams.
That's when Kane comes rushing down towards us from the stairs. Sorry.
シャイロック
Shylock, you saved us!
貸しにして
You
おきます
owe
よ
me one, alright?
今度一
Treat me
杯
to a
ご馳
drink
走して
next
くださいね
Just one drink?
一晩
I'll
付き
stick
合う
around for the whole night!
賢者様
Sir Sage, let's go.
Kane offers me his hand, but I can't take it right away. I'm unsure of whether or not I should take his hand. My gaze wavers. Let's go? Go where? Who are these people? Where am I? Kane doesn't miss the brief flash of anxiety in my expression and stops in his tracks. He shows no sign of exhaustion as he nods to me, gently and sincerely.
なあ悪か
My bad.
賢者様
The
は
sage comes from another world,
異界
right?
から来たんだ
That means you have no
じゃあ
idea what's
あ
going
んた
on.
は何も
Of course
何
you
も
must be
知らないのに
scared.
ついて
We're
こい
asking you
って
to
言わ
come
れ
with
て
us
も
when you don't even
怖い
know
わ
where you are.
カイ
Kane, we
こ
don't
の世
have
界や
time for you
賢
to
者の
explain
役目につい
everything
て
about this world and the
全部
sage's role
説
in
明
it
し
all.
てる暇はありま
I know, but a knight
だ
doesn't
が
go without
何も知らない
whisk-
相手を
fuck.
連れ去るのは
But a knight
騎士の
doesn't
仕
go
事
about
じゃない
whisking clueless people away without explaining anything to them.
Kane thinks for a moment before looking straight into my eyes.
単純な説明をしよう
Akira, let me give you a
俺たち
simple
は
explanation.
あんたの
We
力
need
が
your
必要だ
power, and we'd like
あんたの
you to
力を
lend
貸
it
して
to
ほしい
us. Why?
なんでかっていう
Because we've
と
suffered a terrible
俺たち
loss.
が
We
ボ
were
ロ負け
completely
したから
destroyed in the annual battle that
毎
we'd
年
easily
簡単
won
に勝
every
ってた
prior
勝負に
year.
油断し
We
た
were
つもり
neither
も
careless
手を
nor
抜いたつもりもない
neglectful. The old guy back there is
シゲ
angry
のじい
because
さん
he
たちは
thinks we did a
俺
half-hearted
たちにいい
job.
加減に
But
し
that's
た
not
がそうじ
true.
ゃない
We didn't even know what was
なん
happening,
だ
and
か
we
わ
lost
から
the
ないの
battle
は
along with half our
俺たちは
comrades.
負けても
I don't want to lose anything
う何も
else.
失いたくない
That's why we need your help.
だから
Of course, this is
あんた
just
の
our
もち
selfish
ろん
desire.
それは
This
俺た
isn't
ち
your
のわが
world,
ま
and
ま
I'm sure there are other
こ
things
の
that you
世
would
界は
rather be
あ
doing.
んたの世界じゃ
You
な
have
いし
every right to refuse,
あんたには
and
断る
nobody
権
will
利がある
blame
し
you for making that
それは
choice, but we
誰かに責められ
we
ること
truly
をし
need
て
you.
もあん
If
た
you're willing
に
to come
必要
with us and lend us your power, then
あ
I'm
んた
willing to
が
do
一緒に来
anything.
て俺が示せ
I
る
will
だけ
show
の
my
勇気と誠意を見せよ
fuck. I will show you my
この身
utmost
で
courage
返
and
せるだけの
sincerity. I will
感謝
express
と礼
my
をしよう
utmost gratitude and courtesy.
こ
This
の
vow
誓い
may
に
be
形はな
nothing
い
but
が
my words,
俺た
but I
ちを
beg of
信じ
you,
て
please
俺
believe in us and lend us your strength.
Meow.
He's so dreamy. I don't really understand what Kane is saying. Sorry, what?
I'm so deeply unused to playing like gallant sorts of characters. I will not lie.
You're doing a good job, though.
You sound great. Yeah.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Sir Knight. Don't really understand what Kane is saying, but I truly feel his earnest sincerity from his words and gaze. I can't tell if I'm living in a dream or a simulated reality, but I can tell that his feelings are real. If I take his words seriously, someone on the other end of the camera might laugh at me. But I have to lend him an ear. How am I supposed to lend you my strength?
先生よ
We want you to.
ファウスト
We
先生
want you
を
to
助
save
けてほし
Mr.
いんです
Faust.
Mr. Faust?
俺たちの仲間
He's
だ
our comrade.
死にかけ
He's
て
on the brink of death, but you
あんた
might
が
be
いれ
able to
ば
save
助け
him.
られるかもしれない
On the brink of death? Why?
仲間をかばって
He was gravely injured
深手
while
を負ったん
protecting
で
a
す
comrade.
ファウスト先生は
Mr. Faust is my
俺がお
teacher.
世話になった
If he
先生
hadn't
なん
been
で
there
す
for me, I would have died.
先生がいなかったら
Comrade on the brink of death. I repeat those words in my mind. I still don't understand what's going on. But I can understand the deep sadness reflected in Heathcliff's reddened eyes.
Please,
お願いです
I beg of you,
どうか
please save him.
先生を助けてください
I take a deep breath and nod. I understand. If there's anything I can do to help. A smile of relief spreads across Heathcliff's face. I'm in awe. I didn't realize he was a boy who could smile like this, with such pure, childlike innocence.
Thank you, Sir Sage. Wait, you damn wizards. I won't let you have the sage.
The bearded man and the meek-looking man yell as they rush down the stairwell. The old man looks at me and shouts, as if chiding me.
Sir Sage, you mustn't be fooled. Wizards are all irresponsible liars. They remorselessly deceive humans and manipulate our hearts with strange powers. You must not believe the wizards.
I turn around to look at the three of them. Kane furrows his brows in frustration, and Heathcliff looks visibly hurt. Shylock, alone, is smiling. He tilts his head and lets his pipe sway in his hand.
Let's say that we are honest in telling the truth, and that would make you a liar. In fact, you would be the very irresponsible liar you spoke of just moments ago.
I serve my country. I am nothing like you frivolous lot.
Silence, Sir Drummond. You may think that you are speaking with us, but you have no intention of holding a real conversation. The only feeling your words convey is the fact that you do not seem to be very fond of us. You would not believe our words even if they were true, and if we do lie, you would sigh a breath of relief. For you wish to believe that we, the wizards you so detest, are all liars. Then does it matter anymore what is true or what is false?
Quit with the word games. In any case, Sir Sage, you must not lend an ear to these wizards. You simply need to listen to us. I'm saying this for your own sake, Sir Sage.
I frown at those words. The old man claims to be speaking in my best interests, but the only thing he's been telling me is to listen to him. Kane asked me to help him, for his own sake and for his comrades, even if it might not be my best interest. I turned around to look at Kane. I still don't understand what's going on, but I will follow you. Sorry, my mother texted me.
No worries.
I'm 22, I promise. I'm gonna be 23 soon.
Oh, I'm gonna be 25.
I'm gonna be 26. Quiet down, children.
Damn, I am a baby, never mind. Paw. Have you seen that meme where, like, someone is, like, slightly older than someone and they send them a picture of, like, dinosaurs and it's like, did you know him? I think that's so funny.
It is.
Me with one of my IRLs, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah. I'm surprisingly the oldest in my friend group. It's like, and I'm really tiny. I'm 5 feet tall. I'm very small.
You know what? I relate to this heavily. Usually I'm the oldest and the shortest. Like, I am an inch taller than Sophie on a good day.
Yeah. Like, I could be 5'1" if I wanted to, but like, I'm down here.
You don't need good posture.
Yeah. I still don't understand what's going on, but I'll follow you.
Really?
Are you sure?
Don't act so surprised, both of you. Sir Sage decided to believe in us. We should be happy.
Shylock laughs wryly. Hearing that, Kane and Heathcliff also break out into smiles.
We are happy. I'm just in awe. A human chose to believe in wizards, even though we only just met.
Thank you so much, Sir Sage. I'll never forget your kindness. Do you realize what a mistake you're making? Listen to me. Wizards are wicked, arrogant, and selfish. Say one more word and this wicked wizard will curse you. Let's go, Eve.
Let's go, Heathcliff.
These wicked and arrogant wizards are the ones who fought to protect this world. My teacher, my comrades, they fought and fell to protect the likes of you. That's...
Sir, you've gone too far.
Why are you taking their side? Alright then, I'm gonna take you down by force.
Everyone seems to have departed to the land of dreams.
You fools. There are soldiers waiting for you outside. You won't stand a chance against them, knowing how exhausted you are. It's a massive army, equipped with weapons of magical technology. More spells.
More.
Yanu Ramberu.
That sounded perfect. Pop. Suddenly, the old man disappears. Mouse jump scare. And in his place stands a mouse, surrounded by his clothes. You have to do the mouse too.
Choo choo.
Young man climbs in through the window, picks the mouse up by its tail, and grins.
Meow. I'm gonna eat you.
I hold my breath in surprise, because he's the young man I just met in the elevator.
What have you been doing all this time, Mer?
I was busy saying goodbye to the moon.
To the moon? You're as crazy as ever.
I'm bewildered. His name and face are the same, but he seems like a completely different person from the man I met earlier. Earlier, he was a brilliant gentleman. Now, he's like a mischievous stray cat.
We can talk later. Everyone, hurry. Got it. Chew, chew. God damn, this mouse.
Damn this damn mouse. Mer hurls the mouse through the air, and Cock Robin scrambles to catch it.
About the minister? He'll turn back to normal after half a day.
Hi, Sir Sage. I'm the Western Wizard Mer. Have you ever flown?
Flown? Huh?
Then, come with me. This way.
Whoa.
Stop, Mer!
Yanu Ryambu.
Hey, honestly, if I was turned into a mouse, like, I would also hate these damn wizards.
Yeah, that's fair.
I did not ask. When Mer utters those mysterious words, out of nowhere, a broomstick appears in his hand. He grabs it with one hand and pulls my arm by the other, and we leap out of the closet window. Closest. Like, what? They're not in the closet. My body floats into the air, and in the next moment, we plummet at a great speed.
Yeah. Posture check, by the way, everyone.
Thank
I'm
you.
laying on my stomach.
Fair enough, I guess.
I'm not like a desk sitter. I'm always like, I do my homework in my bed. I lay.
Fair.
I used to be like that, however. Then I got a second monitor, and I had to be a desk sitter.
Nice. Moon. The cold night air rushes toward my body as I fall headfirst from a tall, tall tower. A likewise upside down but smiling Mer appears in front of my eyes as I scream.
Hey, do you think you're gonna die? How does that feel? Is it thrilling? Is it exciting?
Mer, that's enough! What are we going to do if something happens to Sir Sage?
What will we do?
Don't ask me!
Fine, I get it. Sir Sage, hang on to me.
Whoosh. I grab onto Mur's arm, and he nimbly hops onto his broomstick. Next moment, we're speeding upwards high into the night sky. We're soaring through the wind and flying through the starlight night. Fearfully, I turn my eyes downward and see nothing but unfamiliar woods and castles sprawling across the land below. Where?
Do you lose something? Have you checked the insides of your pockets?
Where is Tokyo, Japan? That's so funny.
Who knows? Why don't you look for a new one? Here we go.
Whoosh.
Mur, don't be so reckless. You're carrying the sage with you, you know?
I cling to Mur's body as we cut against the cold air, flying through the sky like a bird. I turn around and spot a tower, much like the Tokyo Tower, glittering within the pitch-black night. We had leapt out of that tower. As we flee through the sky, my heart races with both fear and excitement. I know people who fly on broomsticks. They're wizards. Don't tell me. They're real wizards?
Careful, it's the Trail of Flower Shards.
A cluster of flower petals, spreading through the entire night sky like a high wave. Is this the Trail of Flower Shards which appears when the world is restoring itself? Should we go around it? Let's dive right into it. You want to touch it too, right, Sir Sage?
You can touch it?
Hey, hold on! Stop it,
Mur.
Mur.
It's fine. Come on, just reach out.
It's fine, he says.
It's fine, he says.
A glittering wave of rainbow flower petals draws close to me. I reach out, my heart racing. The moment my fingertips brush a petal, it bursts into a sparkling powder and dissipates like magic dust.
It's beautiful.
Is everyone alright? Yeah. What an amazing sight.
See, aren't you glad you touched it? Life is the journey. You'll meet countless wonderful, once-in-a-lifetime experiences.
Their bodies shine with light. It's as if we're dancing with the galaxy as their laughter echoes through the night, and we fly on to our destination. Wow, chapter 1!
Mur's crazy and I love that for him.
Mur's so bonkers.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Bananas, even.
Easily the silly of all time.
It's
Uh-oh.
him.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I can take Oz if neither of you feel strongly about him.
I
It's
feel strongly about him, but that's my dad. That's my father.
Yeah.
Papa.
Come get y'all's grandpa.
Yeah. I'll voice him whenever he has something to actually say.
Right? Always ... Snow and White! Ah! I love them so much.
The sillies of all time, part 2.
Mm-hmm. Why does that child have such a deep voice? Good question.
Who's gonna be Snow and who's gonna be White?
Good question.
Question. I am very passionate about Snow. But I do want to be like Owen and Mithra, and that's already like a lot of the North. Like, you know.
I understand. I guess I'll be... See, because not to be cringe on main, I used to kin white.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that. No, I love that so much. You should be him.
Now I'm just Chloe. And Arthur a little bit, but mostly Chloe.
My turn to be cringe. I might kin Owen. I don't know. He's a freak though. I feel like that's a red flag if someone hears me say that.
No, that's so real of you.
I understand.
I've known people who kin worse characters. You're fine. I kin Mayoi. That's a red flag.
Oh, I love Mayoi. Okay, I see. But it's like you're telling me you kin Chloe, and I'm like I kin Owen. Like that's not a good response.
Handshake. Handshake.
Anyways, on the Sakyu stream, hey, what's up?
Anyways. If I'm white, and you're gonna be Owen and Mithra, Sophie, I guess that leaves, Sakyu as Snow?
I guess so. That's how maths.
Take care of my baby. He's a freak too.
Yeah, I'm sure they all
They're
are.
all freaks!
Yeah.
They're all freaks!
Us.
Hey, Oz.
Snow. White. This is a very productive conversation so far.
So true.
How's Faust doing?
Can we save him?
You're the strongest wizard among all of us.
If you can't save him, no one else can.
My magic hasn't returned yet. We're suppressing his pain with herbs for now. If you have any parting words, go tell him now. You're so cold.
This is so sad.
If the sage makes it in time, or... No, it's the Northern Wizards.
Hey, where are you all going?
There he is! We've played our part.
Mithra, your comrade is on the brink of death.
Is that so?
What an unconcerned reply.
You're an even colder man than Oz.
I'm free now that I've fulfilled my role. It's up to me to decide where I want to go.
You too, Owen.
Oh, I didn't know he was gonna show up. What the fuck? Hey, hey, girl. The world almost ended, you say? Everyone must be crying their eyes out from loss and terror. I have to go and see it for myself. It's going to be so much fun.
As always, you're a bad boy.
Are you going to punish me? The scary, scary twin teachers of the North?
Even if we smack you on the bottom, your nature won't change.
You really won't change.
I'm glad we're on the same page then. Well then.
There he goes. What's wrong with that?
There he goes. He does not come back to the end. Nothing. Owen just beat me to it.
Did you miss your chance to walk away?
You might be impudent, but you're still a charming child. Hey, Mars.
Huh. Thanks. Hi, Mars! I miss you!
Hi, Mars.
I guess I should take Bradley.
So then there's Bradley.
Yeah, I feel like I should take him just for sake of balance, because you guys are doing a lot.
I mean, I'm also down to take Bradley. Due to circumstances.
Then be my guest.
What are the circumstances? Hold up.
I haven't gone public with this with these circumstances yet. And I would feel weird to just drop that info on Sakyu's channel before I even drop it on my own.
The Lord I have dropped on the Sakyu channel.
Okay, you know what? Yeah. Consider this like a preview for when I start streaming again. Hi, I am a system. I have DID. One of my alters, Kins Bradley.
Yes, I love it!
I'm not gonna drag him out just to voice Bradley, but
It would be a little funny, but
it would be
Bradley
very
is
funny.
actually the entire plot of the game. The game could not exist without Bradley.
damn.
This is true. Also, it's very funny you say that, Angelic Misery. It's very funny you say that. Because you'll never guess how old they are. Anyway. Taking my chance now.
Hold on, Bradley.
Gakat! Ugh.
そなたは自由
You
放
don't
免
get to walk away
できん
freely.
ぞ
You're a prisoner, after all. We have to return you to your cell.
囚人道に
Prisoners should
戻
stay
さねば
behind
な
bars. Fuck! Let go, you geezers!
じじいじゃないもん
We're not geezers.
じじいじゃ
Yeah,
ない
we
もん
aren't
ね
geezers. Stop pretending to be kids, you fucking geezers! Teehee.
Oz.
Oz.
Mm-hmm.
世界最強の魔法使いを名乗りながら
You should do that whenever he
今
just
回
does
の
that.
あなたの赤子同然でしたね
You call yourself the strongest wizard in the world, yet you were as useless as an infant in the face of the great catastrophe this time.
私が名乗っ
It's
た
not
わ
like
け
I
では
call
ない
myself that.
いつか俺があなたを滅ぼして
I'll
世
overthrow
界
you
で最
someday
も強い
and
魔
claim
法
the
使い
title
に
of
なる
world's strongest wizard for myself. Please prepare yourself for that day.
お前が役目
If
に
you
選ば
hadn't
れた
been
もの
summoned
で
as
な
a
けれ
sage
ば
as wizard, I
今
would have killed you by now. Alright,
立ち去れ
leave.
いずれまた
See you another time then.
Oz isn't a man of many words, is he?
Not at the start, no.
ミスラも立ち去ったか
So Mithra has left us as well.
オズよ
Oz,
立ち去るついでに
Mithra left you
捨て
with
台詞を
the
吐かれ
parting
てしま
shot.
うたのぼ
You
ーっ
weren't
と
paying
しておるか
attention,
ら
so he used
会
you
場
to
の演
stage
出
his
に使われ
exit.
てしまうのじゃぞ
黙れ
Enough.
どこへ行くのじゃ
Where are you going?
ファウストのも
I'm
と
going to Faust.
そうじゃった
That's right.
悲しい
No
の
sad.
悲しい
How very sad.
ファウスト
Faust. Is there nothing we can do for that
あの
Eastern
東
curse
の
worker?
森やた
賢者がいない
Without
こと
the
には
sage here.
賢者がいないこと
There's
に
nothing we
は
can do if the sage
我
isn't
々も
here.
仕方がないからの
Yay, Northern Wizards!
Yay, Northern Wizards!
It's Faust.
Yeah.
Okay, unpopular opinion that I don't need to say here, but I'm going to. Faust is my least favorite. He, like, annoys me. I'm sorry.
I know pretty much
That's-
nothing about him and I also don't like him. Does that make sense?
He's a
That's
freak
valid.
derogatory.
That's valid. My least favorite character is probably Lennox, but that's just because he's boring. And I
Yeah.
usually don't like Megane characters in like any media.
Hmm.
That is valid.
Like
No Kato.
Kato from OnStars, get him out of here. Ibarra from OnStars, get him out of here.
So true. I respect
Faust?
that.
Faust is on thin ice for me.
Hmm.
If only because his glasses aren't glasses and they are in fact sunglasses.
Yes.
So I guess
Nice.
that just leaves me as Faust. If
Yeah.
you guys don't like him.
Yeah, please.
I will
That's
say
so
his one
fair.
redeeming quality is his voice actor is Kento Ito, who does Dopo and Hypnosis Mike, and I care him.
And
But,
also Don Hung in fucking
Star
the
Rail.
Monkey Star Rail.
Yes.
He just kind of looks like a dollar store Gentaro to me, not gonna lie.
I mean,
How dare you?
I mean, I struggle to find myself disagreeing.
Kentaro would
Anyway.
never.
Faust や
Faust.
何か望みはあ
Have
る
you
か
any
の
desires?
望
Desires. I
み
have
何も
none.
ないよ
Don't hold back, Eastern Curse Worker. You don't have to pay. Fuck. You don't have to play all selfless even in your final moments. I've never really liked the Eastern Wizards. They're all so gloomy and depressing. You especially, since you work in curses. But you're an idiot, risking your life for your for your comrades. But I don't hate idiots like you,
ブラッドリー
Bradley.
いい子じゃ
You're
な
a good boy,
Bradley.
Bradley.
Shut up! Don't call me a good boy. I'm a northern wizard, the kind that strikes fear into crying children. I'm the boss of the most strongest, most vicious gang of bandits that's ever been. I fucked that up real bad, but it's fine.
It's okay.
ファウストよ何かない
Does
か
anything come to mind, Faust?
ブラッドリーもこう言って
You
お
heard
る
Bradley. Don't hold
遠
back.
慮するでないぞ
No,
ないよ
those
僕が
frivolous
大
humans
嫌い
will
だ
find a way to destroy
軽薄な
themselves
人間たち
without
は
me having to lift a finger.
何もしざまを見ろ
It's what they deserve.
自業自得だ
Yeah, he really is gloomy and
人気だし
depressing.
ねぐらい
Shh.
黙って
Keep
おれ
quiet.
ファウストの人生を思え
Looking
ば
back on Faust's life,
Ito,
it's no
no,
surprise that his
shigatanga
hatred
nai
for
kara
humans
ne.
runs so deep. This indeterminable life
やっ
will
と
finally come to an end.
長かった時間が終わる。
ファウスト
Faust.
ようやく
I'll finally be
解放
released.
される。
God, I pray that you give me freedom.
I like that he went from saying nothing to saying something with still not saying anything but a question mark.
どうしたオズ？
What's wrong, Oz?
賢者の気
I
配
sense the sage's presence.
到着
We've arrived.
Ugh.
あれ
Hmm?
賢者
Sir
様
Sage?
おや賢者
Oh
様
my.
大丈夫
Sir
ですか
Sage.
目を回しておられます
Are you dizzy from the journey?
I'm fine.
ムールが乱暴な
You
飛び方
fly
をす
so
るから
recklessly, Mur.
賢者様
Here, give me your hand, Sir
お手をどう
Sage.
ぞ
This way.
あちらへファウスト先生
Mr. Faust.
I'm sorry, I'm like choking.
It's okay.
I open the door to find a young man lying in a bed, quietly surrounded by a group of people. The young man, who Heathcliff called Mr. Faust, has a bloodless face that looks as pale as wax. Poisonous-looking fumes rise from beneath the layers of bandages wrapped around his body, throwing off the occasional spark. My breath catches. The situation was even more dire than I imagined.
賢者か
Thank you so much for joining us, though, Angelic Misery. I hope to catch you again sometime.
Yeah. Thank you for joining Wizard Stream.
I'm
What
joining the
stream to
Mur
join
Hater
on?
Club.
I am a Mur apologist. Mur did nothing wrong.
It's just a little meow meow.
He did quite a lot wrong, actually.
But he's a little
He's
meow
just a little
meow.
silly.
Just a little
He's just a
guy.
little silly.
He's so nya, so I forgive him.
Is it the sage?
賢者がやってき
The
た
sage has arrived.
こいつが
This
賢者
guy's the sage? You for real?
Still saying nothing, got it.
Oz.
I stiffened nervously under the scrutiny of so many people. In particular, the man standing in the middle of the group has a terrifying presence about him. His gaze alone could freeze someone where they stand. His eyes, like a merciless blizzard, hold no warmth in them. But the moment he catches sight of me, that cold and terrifying gaze softens into an expression of relief, as if he had been waiting for me.
You made it in time.
ファウストの容体は
How's
まだ生
Faust
きてい
holding
ます
up? Is he still alive?
あいにくな
Unfortunately so.
よかった
What a relief.
大いなる
We
厄
lost
災との
exactly
戦い
10
で
wizards in the
犠
battle
牲に
against
な
the
った
great
魔法使い
catastrophe.
はちょうど10
I
人
personally find 11 an unwieldy final count, Faust.
11人ではキリが悪い
先生
Mr. Faust.
ファウスト先
Heathcliff clings to the side of the bed, peering into the face of the injured man. The man, Faust, opens his eyes slightly.
ヒースクリフ
Heathcliff.
He's dying.
That's the plot so far,
生
yes.
賢者様が来
He
てくださ
sure
いまし
is.
た賢者様が
He always has a fucking problem.
It's alright now. The sage has come. He'll save you.
お前に怪我は
Are you hurt anywhere?
No.
ありません
そう
I see.
For a moment, I think I catch a glimpse of Faust's lips turning upwards into a smile.
よかった
Thank good.
But before his smile can fully form, Faust's movements slacken, then stop. His fingers, which were about to clasp Heathcliff's hand, fall limply into the bed. Hustle. Faust lays there unmoving, his eyes still wide open and staring.
先生
Mr. Faust.
嫌だ
No.
死なない
Please
で
don't die.
いかん息を
This is
失わん
bad.
ぞ
He's not breathing.
賢者よ急
Hurry, Sage.
賢者よ
Sage.
Damn, what y'all want me to do?
The man with the terrifying gaze murmurs to me in a voice as quiet as the dark of the night.
手を
Your hand.
He stretches out a hand to me.
私の名は
My name is Oz. I'm the
中央の
central
魔法
wizard.
使いだ
Lend me your strength.
お前の力を借りる
I hesitate, and then place my palm over Oz's hand. The moment Oz's cold fingertips close over my hand, a small wind blows across the room. Whoosh! Whoa! The mysterious wind grows stronger, flowing and whirling through our hair and clothes. A white light radiates from Oz's body, starting from the center of our clasped hands. Oz chants a curious string of words.
ボクスノック
I can't take his spell seriously. Just Vox Nux.
It's easier though. I don't know.
True, but it's so silly.
Easily one of the easiest.
Vox Nux.
In that moment, the faint light shines brightly and disappears into Faust's body.
成功じゃ
We did it.
成功
We
じゃ
really
の
did.
先生の体
The
から
fumes from Mr. Faust's body are vanishing.
名前を呼びかけろ
Let's call his name. Faust.
ファースト
Faust.
ファウスト
Pull yourself together, Faust.
Wake up, Faust. It's early to fall asleep just yet.
目を覚ませ
Open your eyes, Eastern Curse Worker.
Faust's eyelids, previously wide open and unmoving, close tightly. His body is racked with pain, as if time has rewound.
ひどい
How cruel.
せっかく
I
死
thought
ね
we
たと
finally
ころ
get to die.
Seems like we've managed to save him. As I breathe out a sigh of as I breathe out in relief, the room erupts into cheers.
意識が戻った
He regained consciousness. My goodness.
おめでとう
Congratulations. We're so silly.
やれやれ。一安心ですね。
My, my, what a relief. You're a tough
しぶとい野
one.
郎だ。
Mr. Fest. I'm
よか
so
った
glad. And he's crying. What a baby.
What a baby.
ああ危ないところ
And
じ
that
ゃ
was really close.
よかったのヒヤヒヤ
What
し
a
たの
relief. That was truly nerve-wracking.
Okay, Oz.
Oz releases my hand before I even realize it. The twins approach me, as I feel drained from exhaustion.
ご苦労じゃった
You worked hard,
賢者よ
Sage.
ファウストが助かったのも
It's thanks to you that Faust was saved.
I shake my head limply. I didn't do anything. All I did was stand here. But if I could help, then I'm glad.
そんなこと
And
は
that's
あり
not
ません
true.
Heathcliff turns around to look at me. He gazes at me steadily, his eyes still faintly blurred with tears.
賢者様は
Sir Sage,
中央
you
の
chose
国
to
の大
listen
臣
to
で
us
なく
instead of the Minister of
俺
Central
たちの
Country,
言葉をちゃんと聞いてくれ
and
ま
you
した
came along with us.
だからファ
And
ウス
that's
ト
why
先生
Mr.
は
Fast
助か
was
ったんです
safe. Thank you. I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart.
心から感謝します
Heathcliff gives me a reserved smile. It's an awkward but warm smile. I feel Heathcliff's gratitude. I breathe out a sigh of relief and smile back at him.
He lived.
Yippee!
The Eastern Wizards.
House loses consciousness once again, falling into a deep sleep this time. Things seem to be settling down when I catch the movement of a shadow. Oz is wordlessly turning to leave the room.
オジよ
Oz,
どこへ行くの
Where
じ
are
ゃ
you going?
私の
I
務めは
fulfilled my
果たした
duty.
待ってくれ
Hang on, shouldn't we discuss what to do for the battle against the great catastrophe next year? No one could have predicted the damage that we suffered this time. I want us to be prepared for when the great catastrophe attacks next year, so we don't have to go through the same tragedy. We need your strength, Oz.
ことは
I refuse.
釣れないことを言
Be
わない
so
でくれ
cold. Are we both central wizards?
中央の魔
I
法
know you
あな
don't
た
get
が
close to
悩
other
まないこと
people,
を知って
but
る
if we don't want to lose the same enemy twice, we should develop our battle strategy by getting to know each other's
作
thoughts.
戦を立てるべきだろう
若い魔法使い
Young
は群れ
wizards like to gather in groups.
群れに
There's no
意味を
meeting to work together.
生き残る
Only
者が
those
生
who can
き残る
survive
だけ
should
だ
survive. If you don't want to be eliminated, then acquire the strength it takes to survive on your own. That's an odd thing to say after help revive someone that almost died, like...
Literally.
Still, like, he's unconscious, but he's in the room. I don't know.
Yeah.
Buddy.
俺
Buddy.
はそうは思わない力を合わ
I
せれば
don't think that way.
失わずに済んだ
There are
仲間
comments
が
that we wouldn't have lost if we only joined forces.
幻想だ
You're dreaming.
宿命は変え
You
られな
cannot
い
change destiny.
Jane doesn't say anything more. Everyone watches Oz's retreating figure wordlessly, as if they're afraid of something. After Oz leaves, the twins start to murmur.
Of course they do.
よう言うわ
My, what a thing to say. Even though he's the one who changed destiny with brute force.
え
Huh?
いや、
Don't worry
こ
about
ちら
it.
の話
We're
じゃ
just musing aloud.
我は
I think
カイ
there's
ン
a
の言う
point
こ
in
と
what
は
you said,
一理
Ken.
あると思うぞ。
我もじゃ
I agree.
さす
He
が
expected nothing
中
less
央
from
の
the man
国
who
で
commanded the
師団
knights
を
in
まとめ
Central
ていただけ
Country.
のことはあるの
Thanks,
どうも。
but we won't get anywhere until we get Oz on our side.
オズを説得で
It's
き
the
ない
one
こと
most
に
suited
は
to
な
keeping all of us in line.
俺たちを
俺は反対だ
I'll pass.
どうして
Why?
どうし
You're asking why?
誰がオズの命
Who
令
would go against Oz's orders?
あ
He'd
いつの
crush you like a
反応は
tomato
一
if
瞬
you
で
even dared to
優れ
defy
たト
him.
マトみたいにされちまう
That's
だ
why
か
he's
ら
the
向いているんだ
that's why he's perfect for the
お
role.
前みたいな囚人や
Mithra, oh, and
ミスラ
even
や
a
オー
prisoner
エン
like you.
オズには
All
従
of you
う
listen to Oz, right?
ミスラ
Mithra,
オーエン
Owen. Those
あ
two
の
are
二人
scary.
怖いからな
彼らを従えることができるのは
If you're looking for
魔力の
someone who's
強さから言
powerful
って
enough
も
to subdue the
オズ
two of
くら
them
いで
with
しょ
magic, then it'd have to be Oz.
お前らはどうなんだよ
What do you have to say, you geezers?
お
We're already retired after all.
年寄りは
The
腹
elderly
ごとか
retire
ら
from
は
the
引
fighting.
退じゃて。
You only bring it
いい
up.
時だけじじいぶりやがって
You only bring up your age when it's convenient for you.
Just like Ray Sakuma.
So true.
It seems like everyone wants Oz to lend them his strength. Even so. I look slowly around the room. As the situation settles down, the anxiety that I had been pushing away rears its head. What on earth is happening? I don't think I'm being filmed, not anymore. And it doesn't feel like I'm dreaming. I slap my own cheeks with all my strength, thinking that it might wake me up. Slap. Ouch.
賢者様
Sir Sage.
なんでてめえでてめえ
Why are you hitting yourself?
This really isn't a dream.
The previous Sage pinched his cheeks too.
The previous sage?
そうじゃ。
That's right. The
そな
sage
た
who
が
came
来る
before
前に
you.
おった賢者じゃ。
I'll show you something nice.
我らについてく
Come
る
with
といい。
us.
What?
You don't have to be scared. Here, I'll hold your hand.
You must
心
be
細
feeling
いじゃろう
helpless.
からの。
Thank you. Snow and White each take one of my hands and led me out of the room. Snow and White are so good.
The little guys of all time.
Mr. Snow, Mr. White.
You don't have to speak so formally to us. That's the kind of position that the Sage has.
Well then, Snow, White, where are you taking me?
賢者の
That's
書が
where
あ
the
る場
sage's
所じゃ。
manuals are.
Ooh. Snow and White bring me to a library filled with countless books. I'm overwhelmed by the sheer weight of history and knowledge contained in the room. This is...
They're all the Sage's books.
all of it?
そうじゃ。
That's right.
異界か
They're
らこの
writings
世
left
界にや
behind
っ
by
てきた
sages
者
who
たち
came
の残し
to
た
this
もの
world
じ
from
ゃ。
another world.
This is the manual written by the previous Sage.
It's
我
written in a
々には
language that
読
we
めぬ
can't
文字で
read.
書かれてい
Can
る
you read
が
it?、
お主には読め。
I grow nervous as they hand me a heavy, splendid-looking book. I flip open the first page, my heart beating fast. What greets me on the page is Japanese. October 30th. I still haven't woken up from this Halloween dream. It's a fun dream, so I guess this is fine. November 3rd. Witches are cute. We held a parade. It feels great to be the center of attention. November 10th. This dream is going on for way too long. Don't tell me this is a dream. This isn't a dream. How do I get back to Japan? I want to go back to Tokyo. I want to eat ramen and oden and curry. This is... So this really isn't a dream. I flip to the next page in a hurry as my agitation continues to spike. Following the diary-like entries, I reach a line written in shaky hand that crushes my heart. It's no use. I can't go back. I have to stay here for the rest of my life. I've been tricked by the wizards. Tricked? I turn pale and look towards the twins.
Hmm?
ん
Hmm.
What's wrong?
やは
So you
り
can't read it?
読めんかったかの。
I'm terrified and lost for words as they approach me with smiles on their faces. I can't go back? I've been tricked by the wizards? Will that happen to me too? The twins look at each other, then back at me, smiling brightly.
What's wrong? You're making such a childlike face.
そなたが子
If
供
you're
な
a
ら、
child, then we'll
我
become
らが大
adults.
人になってやろう。
On the
On
count
the
of
count
three.
of three.
The twins chant in unison, their hands clasped together. Wow! Okay, Snow is so hot. Like white is hot too. I'm sorry. They're very good. I care them.
Foxy grandpas.
Then they start to rise and grow taller, like bamboo shoots on a rainy day. They look down at me in the form of slender young men.
Here, Sage.
頭を撫で
Shall
て
I
や
pat
ろう
your
か
head?
の
Twins. Snow and White might have taken on adult forms in order to comfort me. Until... Sorry, I just spilled my water.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. Until moments ago, a part of me had been enjoying this strange world of magic. But the moment I discover that I can't go back, the shock of seeing the twins turn into adults becomes too much for me to handle. Slump, and I sink into the ground.
賢者よ
Sage?
どうしたのじゃ
What's wrong?
But your children...
姿を変えるの
Changing
は
form it's
朝飯
child's
前じゃ
play.
驚かせすぎたかの
startle you too
I furrow my brows and ask the question I'm scared of voicing aloud. Have you been tricking me? Snow and White smile curiously.
騙してはお
We're
らん
not. Her
子
true
供の
forms
姿
are
が
those of
本
children.
来の我らの姿じゃ
Wizards
魔
live
法
for a
使
long
いは
time.
長生きでの
Once we reach the
魔
height
力
of
が
our
成熟
powers,
し
our
た
bodies
時の
simply
姿
stop
で
aging.
肉体の
じゃがたまに
But
大
it
人
feels
に
good to
なる
change
の
into
もい
adults
いものじゃ
occasionally.
どうじゃ
What do you think?
な
I'd
か
say
なか
we're a
の
rather
美青
handsome
年じゃ
pair.
ろ
As if sensing my distress, Snow and White each take a seat next to me, gripping my hands wordlessly.
すまんの
Apologies,
賢者よ
Sage. We're
我らは
twins.
双子
You
じゃ
aren't familiar with
孤独をよく
loneliness.
知らん
It's not funny to
We
me.
Uh-huh.
心
We
細い
held
じゃ
your
ろうと
hands, thinking you
手を
might
つない
be
でみた
feeling
ものの
helpless. But we cannot
そなたの
truly
孤独
comprehend
を
the
よう分
loneliness
かっ
you
ておら
feel.
んかった
かわいそうに
Poor child.
家に
You
帰
must
り
want
た
to
いじゃ
go
ろ
home.
我
We
ら
don't
に
know
も
how to return you to
返
your
す方
world
法は
either.
わからんのじ
I'm sorry we can't be of any help.
ゃ助けてやれんで
And feel the warmth in their comforting words and in their gazes. I'm reminded of the faces of my family and friends, and warmth wells up in my chest. The two of them tighten their grip on my hands.
そなたの
Let's stay
心
like
が落
this
ち着くまで
until your heart calms down.
こうしていよう
We're
我らは
twins,
双子じ
so
ゃ
we aren't familiar with
孤
loneliness.
独をよく知
But
ら
we
ん
encountered it for the first time
Yeah.
when we lost each other.
互いを
Lost each other?
ホワイトが死んでしもう
White
た
is
の
dead.
じゃ
Is no longer of
ホワ
this
イト
world.
は生き
Is
て
a
はおらん
ghost.
I look at White in disbelief. White continues smiling at me, the weight of his hand on mine still so tangible. And yet,
そうじゃ
That's right.
我
I'm no
は
longer
生きておら
alive.
ん
Snow
頭脳
simply
が魂を
tied
つ
my
なぎ
soul
止
to
めて
his to preserve
残
the
像を保っ
after
てお
image
る
of
だ
me.
けじゃ
そのくらい
That loneliness was
一人
more
は
than
耐え
I
られんかっ
alone
た
could bear. Ironic.
そなたは偉
You're
い
an
の
incredible child.
一
You're
人
all
ぼ
on
っ
your
ちで
own.
も
How you do not
誰も
react by
傷つけ
hurting others.
寂
You
しく
must be
て
lonely
怖
and
かったじゃ
scared.
ろうに
And yet you still saved
ファウス
Faust.
トを助けて
Let
く
me
れた
thank you once again.
press my mouth into a firm line. I don't want to doubt their kind voices. I gently disentangle our clasped hands and reopen the book, hoping that I've misread something. I turn to the page after I've been tricked by the wizards. Written there is, it was a misunderstanding. So you're misleading.
どうしたの
Oh, you're so misleading.
What's wrong?
妙なことが書
Is
か
there
れておっ
something
たか
strange written in it?
別に騙され
Turns
てなか
out
った
they weren't trying to trick me. I just got depressed and became suspicious. Sorry to all the wizards. Seriously, my bad. The previous sage, he seems like a pretty laid-back guy. What kind of person was he, the previous sage who wrote this book?
容量の
He was
良
a
い青年
dark-haired
じゃった
man
の
who was clever and fond of
黒い髪
talking.
でおしゃべり
リーマンだと言っておった
He called himself a
元の世界で
Riemann.
は残
If I
業
remember,
手当というものを
if I
探してお
recall,
った
he
そう
was
じゃ
searching for something called overtime pay back in his own world.
I guess they did him a favor by...
Previous sage is so funny.
Yeah. Sounds like they did him a favor, though, by taking him out of that.
Yeah, real.
Honestly, yeah.
When is it my turn to be isekai?
When is it my turn to be isekai into Wizard World? I don't want to work, I want to be silly!
So true!
It seemed to be a rare treasure that was hard to obtain in the previous Sages Guild.
我の名前を気に入っておった
He was
所
very
属して
taken
おっ
with my
たギル
name.
ドも
He even said he
Wano
wished
namae
his
no
guild's
youni
practices
aribato
could be as
morashite
squeaky clean as my name sounds.
Did he work at some exploitative company?
いろいろ帰る方法を探したけど、なかなか
I've
見
been
つから
searching
ない
all
の
over
で、
for a way to
次
get
の人
home,
のために
but I've
マ
yet
ニ
to
ュアル
come
を作り
across
ま
any
した
solutions. So I made this manual for whoever comes after me.
俺が
At
い
my
た会社
company,
で
my
前の
previous
担当
supervisor
者が
quit and
引
left
き継ぎ
without
しないでやめ
transitioning
なか
his
った
job
の
over
で、
properly,
マニュア
so
ル
I
の台数
deeply
は
understand the
よくわか
importance
っ
of
てい
having a
ます
manual.
日
I
本
can
語
only
しか
write
書
in
けないので、
Japanese,
そ
so I'm
の
sorry
点
about
は
that.
申し訳ありま
This
せ
is
ん。
probably the first manual written in Japanese so
日本語
far.
の賢者の古文っぽ
I
い文
found
字
one
で
that
書いてある
seemed to
の
be
は見つ
written
け
in
たけど、
ancient Japanese.
早漏しか
The
読め
only
なく
word I
て
could read
すいま
was
した。
season,
上
so
の
I
棚
put it
の
away.
巻物のやつです
It's on the scrolls on the top shelf.
ちなみに
By the
前の
way,
賢
the
者さんの
sage's
賢者
manual
の書
written by
が
the sage before
どう
me
見ても
is
アラビア
definitely
文
in
字で、
Arabic,
こ
no
れは
matter
全
how
然
I
読
look
めな
at
く
it.
て
But
す
I
いまし
couldn't
た。
read it either, so that was the end of that.
英文メー
I
ル
always
を
left the
後輩
English
に任
emails
せ
to
て
my
たから、
juniors at work,
英語わ
so
から
that
なく
was
て
it for the English
すいました。
manuals too.
英語
The
で書か
English
れた賢
manuals
者
are
の書
collected
が
on the shelf in the
西側
western
の棚
end of
の
the
中央ら
library
辺に
and
集め
shelved
てあ
in
り
the
ま
middle
す。
section
ご
for your
参考まで。
reference. After that, the manual becomes a mix of diary-like entries and more manual-like entries. As I flip through the pages, the words "Good News" decorated with huge flower marks leap out at me.
元の世界に帰る
How
方
to
法
return
に
to
つ
my
いて、
previous world.
中央
Arthur,
の
the
国
Prince
の
of
アー
Central
サー王
Country,
子が
said he'd help me
探
look
す
for a
の
way
に協
home.
力してくれると言っ
He's a
た。
good kid, kinda like a
ア
baby
ーサー
brother.
はいいやつ。
Cute, too.
弟みたい。
Prince Arthur.
アーサーを
Do
知
you
って
know
おる
Arthur?
Oh no. The previous sage wrote about him in this book. Do the two of you know him?
よく知っておるぞ
We know him very
ア
well.
ーサーは気立ての良
Arthur's
い
a
子じゃ
good-natured child.
何か
He
と
was
前
rather
の賢者
concerned
を
about
気
the
にかけて
previous
おった
sage.
How do I meet Prince Arthur? Snow and White look at each other with a smile.
アーサーは
Arthur is the
中央
Prince
の
of
国
Central
の王子じ
Country.
ゃ。
If you had gone
そなた
along
が
with the
大臣に
minister,
ついて
you
い
would
け
have
ば
met him
すぐ
immediately.
に出会えたじゃろうな。
How was
大
the
臣の
minister?
様子はどうじゃった
Was he angry that you came to the
魔
magic
法者に来て
headquarters?
しもうて
He was.
そうじゃろう。
He thought
We
as
thought as
much.
much.
Also, Murd turned him into a mouse.
He must be
相当怒っ
pretty
てるじゃろうな。
infuriated.
人間ごと
Though
き
we
が
do
怒
not
る
fear the wrath of mere
我らは
humans.
恐ろしゅうないなの
I laugh at their pleased faces and convey my thanks to them once more. Thank you for staying by my side. I was slightly shaken. I'm sorry for behaving so rudely.
よいよい。
There, there. The most
そなたの
important thing
心
here
が
is
落
for
ち
you
着い
to
た
feel
のな
at
ら
ease.
何より。
我らは出会ったばかりそなたはこの世界に来
We've
たばか
only
り
just met, and you've only
不
just
安が
survived
多い
in
の
this
は当
world.
然じゃろ
It's natural for you to be incredibly anxious.
Well, I want to return to my own world. That's why I want to meet Prince Arthur. Snow and White smile at me sadly.
そうか。
Is that so? I'd hope he
そ
would
なたに
stay,
残っても
but
らえれば。
家族や
Of
友
course
人
you
が恋
yearn for
しい
your
のは
family
当
and
然じゃ
friends. We'll try to
ア
arrange
ー
for
サ
you
ー
to
に
meet
会える
Arthur.
ように
Thank you.
カインに聞いてみるといい。
you can try asking
カイン
Kane,
はアー
since
サ
he's
ー
from
と
the
同
same
じ
country as
中央
Arthur.
の国の
He's a knight of Central Country.
さすがのカイン
Surely even Kane must be
疲労
worn
困
out
憊
by
で今
today's
夜は
events,
眠っ
so
てし
let's
もうたじゃ
give
ろう
him
が
tonight
明
to
日
get
に
some
でも
rest. Ask him tomorrow.
Ask Kane. I got it.
そなたも
You
休
should
む
rest
とい
up
い。
as well. We'll
賢
show
者
you
の
to
部
the
屋まで
sage's
案
room.
内しよう。
Thank you. Can I take this book with me?
The sage's
賢者
manual.
でしょ
It belongs to the sage,
もちろん。
so of course.
それは
ここは前の賢
This
者
is
が
the
使
room
って
that
い
the
た部屋
previous
じゃ。
sage used.
まだ散らかっ
It's
てお
still
るが
slightly messy, but
適当
feel
に片
free to
付け
tidy it
て
up as
ゆ
you
っくり
please.
過ごすといい
Rest up.
I see. Thank you.
おやすみ。
Good night.
おやすみ
Good night.
Good night. Left on my own, I take a look around the room.
It has it has a well-lived-in air with traces of its past owner scattered here and there. Unable to fall asleep, I lay open the sage's manual on the bed. Oh, that was it.
Yep.
White is dead.
So true. And this one's called
Skill
Yearning for the
issue.
Moon.
Skill issue. F. I find a sense of comfort in reading the words of someone who once faced the same situation that I find myself in now. It would take a considerable amount of time for me to look through the entire manual. So I open up to the page with Arthur's name, which mentions how to return home, and start reading intently. When I asked Prince Arthur, he got the palace chefs to make me something close to ramen. It was so good, I cried a little. Prince Arthur brought me good news. Apparently, a long time ago, there were people who could travel back and forth between their own world and this one. Prince Arthur is so easy to get along with. Life at the magic headquarters would be so much more enjoyable if he were one of the wizards here. But Oz would probably never allow it. He always disappears somewhere when Arthur comes to visit, and never even shows his face. Do Oz and Prince Arthur not get along? I feel drowsiness wash over me as I continue to read, so I close the manual. So there were people who could travel between my world and this world. That knowledge alone brings me some relief. The fragrance of herbs wafts over from the corner of the room, and a gentle breeze stirs outside the window. Moonlight, almost blindingly bright, floods into the room. This world's moon is so huge. It looks like it might almost fall to the ground. Before long, I fall asleep.
Even though we finally met, I'm sad we have to say goodbye so soon. Goodbye, my radiant beloved.
Mer, you are the only person who could time for the great catastrophe
小
we
石
so
気にそん
warning.
なことを言うのは
Shylock.
この度の教授は
Wasn't the
すべ
calamity
て
that just befell
あな
us
たのせいでは
entirely
な
your
いのです
doing?
か
The heretic wizard Mer, who fell in love
大
with
い
the
なる
great
厄災
catastrophe.
に恋をし大いなる厄災を思いす
You
ぎ
yearn
て
for the great catastrophe so desperately that your soul shattered to pieces.
それで
Yet
も
you
ま
have
だ
learned
懲りず
nothing
に
and continue
好
to
きに
pine for
焦がれ
more.
ている
I can't help it. I love shiny things.
それ
Even
が
if
世
those
界を
shiny
滅ぼ
things
す
are
教授に
tied
つなが
to
っ
the
ている
calamity
とし
that
て
will
も
end this world,
あなたがあ
perhaps
ま
the
りに
moon
切なく焦がれる
approached
から
this world with
あ
greater
の
force
月は
than in
例
prior
年より
years
も
because
強
you
い
yearn so
力で
desperately for it.
この世もし
If
も
the moon truly
あな
came
た
to
に
meet,
会いにやってきたの
then
なら
perhaps we can save the world if
あ
we
なたが
erase you
この
from
世
it.
界からいなくなれ
And
ば
if I disclose this
せ
information to
私
the
が
other
この
wizards,
ことを
perhaps they will
他の
press
魔
for
法
your
使いたちに打
execution.
ち明けたらあなた
You really like using the same words over and over again. Aren't you a fan of perhaps?
Is that
皮肉です
sarcasm?
か
What's sarcasm? Is that a kind of breakfast food?
野良猫のようなあなた
I
も
don't
嫌いでは
dislike
あり
this,
ませ
what
ん
a
が
stray cat you've
か
become,
つてのあなた
but
が
I do
恋
miss
し
the
いで
man
す
you used to be.
偉大
the
な
great
哲学者
philosopher
ムー
man.
その考
Your
え
ideas
は
were the
誰
most
よりも
progressive in the
新し
world,
く
while your knowledge
誰よりも
most
古い
ancient.
知識を知っていた
You were so intelligent and noble that
嫉
even
妬さ
I
え
envied
覚える
you.
ほど
Hey, anyway, look up at the moon. Isn't it beautiful?
あの
You
月を
must stop
思う
yearning
の
for
は
the
おや
moon.
めなさい
You're so beautiful.
そうすれば
If you do, your
砕
shattered
けた
soul may
魂が
become
戻
whole
って
again.
くるかもしれませんよどう
Oh,
か
dear genius
聖
of
騎
the
の使者よ
ages, do not be taken away by
月
the
に連
moon.
れて行かれたりしないで
愛しくて
No,
恐
my
ろしい
dearest horrifying
俺の
catastrophe.
厄災
Do come meet me again.
また会いに
I will
いっぱ
love
いし
you
て
for
る
all
よ
eternity.
永遠
I suppose my
説得
attempts
す
at
るだけ
persuasion
無駄
were
でし
nothing
た
but a
ね
waste of time.
無駄もす
I
る
like waste too.
口が達者なところだけ
My
変わらない
goodness. If nothing else, that silver tongue of
憎
yours
ら
hasn't
しいム
changed.
ル
Oh, loathsome Mer.
明日から
I wonder what will
どう
happen
なるの
come
でしょう
tomorrow. What sorts of wizards will come to replace the comrades we've lost?
失われた仲間たち
He wants him so bad.
He wants him so bad. I love toxic doomed yaoi.
They truly set the framework. Like, they're so
The blueprint.
it's really wild.
Oh boy.
Oh no, it's Eastern Wizard time.
Oh boy.
Tonight I arrive in this mysterious world. I haven't a clue what's going on in the various corners of the world as I sleep in my bed. Eastern Country, Sherwood Forest. Hoot hoot. Somebody want to be like general NPCs?
I'll be the NPCs.
Okay.
I love being NPCs. What a horrifying night. What's going on? I didn't know the great catastrophe would come so close.
きっと選ばれた魔法使いたちがきちんと務めを果たさなかったんだ。奴らはずるく
I
て
bet the chosen wizards slacked off on their jobs. They're all dishonest and irresponsible. Ugh. Hey, guy, don't just stop in your tracks like that.
案内の仕事はここまでだ。
So who is
Who
this?
wants to be Shino?
Ah,
Who wants to be Shino?
Who was Heathcliff?
I was.
Okay, so not you.
Oh,
案
okay.
内の仕事はここまでだ。
You talk to yourself a lot.
Ah,
A lot.
I see.
It'd practically be
I'm okay
self-set.
with you, Shino. He reminds me of Xiao. Genshin Xiao.
Mm.
I could see it.
He's like emo. I don't know. But I'm okay with doing him if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Shinor. His voice is so deep. This is where my job as your guide ends.
What are you saying? I already paid you to take me through this forest. I need to get out of here tonight.
魔法使いはずるくていい加減なの
Well,
よ。
wizards are all dishonest and irresponsible, right?
お前も
Tell me you're a
魔法
wizard
使い
too.
だったのか。
だったら
What if I am?
Hey, it was just a joke.
嫌だな。
Don't abandon me in the middle of nowhere like this. I'm begging you here, Eastern Wizard.
頼む。
シノだ。
Shino.
Shino, come on, please. I'll reward you richly once we're out of here.
ずるくていい加減
Who's
な
the
のは
dishonest and irresponsible one now?
My bad.
悪かった。
ついてこい。
Follow me.
Man, this short brat's got some attitude for his size.
まったく偉そうな。
は
What?
チビっつっ
Did
た
you just call me short? Want me to leave you to the wolves?
Oh no, of course not. Hey, if you're a wizard, that means you can fly, right? Can't we just zip through the sky on the other end of to the other end of the forest?
お前が俺だとしてしみったれたおっ
Say
さ
you
ん
were
を
me.
ほうきの後
What
ろ
would you
に
gain
乗せ
from
て
carrying around some miserly old man on the back of your broom?
どうしてもって言うなら
If you want to fly that badly, it'll cost you extra.
金を取る。
Extra. What else can you do? Can you instantly teleport us to our destination or build a palace right here?
空間移動は高等魔術だ
Traveling through space is a form of high-class magic. Same goes for extracting natural matter to build a sophisticated structure. I can make you a cave if you want.
What else are you good at?
魔物狩り
Hunting monsters.
Monsters.
魔物。
That scared me. It's just a bird, huh? Hey, isn't the forest acting a little strange? Is it usually like this? Feels like the darkness of the forest is dazzling with energy. It's terrifying.
大いなる薬剤の影響だろう
I completely lost where we were. It must be the influence of the great catastrophe. The trees are astir with life. The whole forest is brimming with delight, like a creature panting with lukewarm breath.
Hey, don't scare me like that.
Something happened during the battle with the great catastrophe.
The ground shook.
This isn't an earthquake. It sounds like something fell and caused the tremor.
What the hell is going on? Don't tell me the world is gonna end. Were the chosen lizards wiped out?
Isn't his voice actor Bakugo?
Is it? Hold on.
I can look it up.
That might be a false memory. I don't know.
Let me check. Yeah. Yep, that's Bakugo. It is 100% Bakugo.
Yeah.
Oi, oi, oi!
That's funny.
That's so funny.
I love Shino and Heathcliff, though. Their relationship is so cute.
The little guys of all time.
I do not stand the Eastern Wizards, but I stand them.
I stand Nero at the very least.
Yeah, I just don't like Faust.
That's so understandable. That's so real of you.
Nero's good.
Right, it starts with the same exact line as it ended with, and I'm not giving another read for an NPC.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. That's nonsense.
But
They haven't been wiped out. I know someone at the magic headquarters. If anything happened to him, I'd know right away.
how?
Wizards don't make promises, because if we break a promise, we lose our magic. But I was tricked by my irresponsible master and made a promise with a fellow apprentice. We promised that we would protect each other. Hold your breath. I sense an ancient fog. Head over there. Don't come near me. If a normal human breathes this stuff in, it'll put them to sleep. The stars in the darkness are throbbing with life. The catastrophe got too close. It's bringing the forest and the atmosphere back to their primitive state.
I'm getting kind of sleepy.
Told you not to come near. Jeez. Damn it. You're so heavy. Hope he's not hurt. But I bet he's ready to cry any moment now. He's a spoiled young master, after all. What is this? A beast's drawer? It's coming this way. What in the world is that? Central Country Capital.
Look! There's another tornado over there! There are tornadoes howling through the streets left and right. They're tearing huge holes in the ground. I can't believe this all happened overnight. Even the beautiful castle is in ruins. The castle walls are collapsing again. Run! You get crushed by the rubble. Mommy! The boy of all time. I call dibs on Arthur.
Okay.
He is the white-haired anime boy.
So true.
He is the white-haired anime boy. Pernoctite Nixo! The rebel stopped midair! Escape from here. Fuck. Escape from there while you still can. It's alright now. Come here, darling! Thank goodness. Everyone managed to escape. It was the wizard that saved us. Thank you, mister. You're welcome. Are you hurt anywhere? Nope. I'm glad you're safe. Please, let me thank you properly. May I ask for your name? Oh, it was nothing. God. This whole chapter is me talking to myself. That's so funny.
What'll happen?
Prince Arthur. The prince? It's dangerous around here, Your Highness. Please refrain from running off on your own. Sorry, I'll head back right now. I'll be taking my leave then. Thank you, Mr. Prince. Thank you very much. I'll never forget your kindness. Your Highness, over here. Assess the damage. Prioritize medical treatment for the injured. Yes, sir. Everyone, I understand that you're all undergoing great difficulties right now, but I implore you to endure just a little longer. I will protect the peace of this country. Long live Prince Arthur. We'll follow you, Prince Arthur. What a beautiful, kind prince.
So true.
So true. The boy of all time.
He's so sweet. I like him and Kane too. Like their dynamic. I think it's really sweet.
So we lost our sage in the battle against the great catastrophe. I want to say farewell properly, but I hope he managed to make it safely back to his world. Was the ritual to summon the new sage successful?
This guy again. Yes, but the chosen wizard snatched him away to the magic headquarters.
Why?
They said something about saving a dying wizard.
Some of the wizards got hurt? Why didn't you report this to me?
Well, the sage could always summon new wizards to replace the ones lost during the battle against the...
Don't talk about wizards like that. They're not weapons you can replace like bows and guns, even if they do possess magic.
With all due respect to us, the wizards are nothing more than troublesome weapons. Being a wizard yourself, I understand why you might favor them, but... Not all wizards are benevolent beings who help humans anyway. Just look at Oz, who controlled the world under his rule of terror. He's exactly the kind of wizard I'm talking about. Humans have long suffered under the thumb of wicked wizards. That's precisely why we have to win the sage over. The sage acts as a bridge between humans and wizards, and we must ensure that we're holding the reins. Prince Arthur, it's not the wizard's side that you should be taking, but ours, the humans. Remember that you're the prince of Central Country.
I will not take sides. Like Sage, I only want to play my part in bringing humans and wizards together. The great catastrophe is a threat to this entire world. Humans and wizards alike have come to overcome it by working together.
I understand. I'll be taking my leave then.
There's still a deep gulf between humans and wizards, but I can't give up. Someday, I'm sure we can all come to understand each other. Like the wizards of the magic headquarters in the new sage realm, right?
It's truly vexing how Prince Arthur insists on favoring the wizards.
I forgot about this bitch.
Fair.
Hello, wrinkle bag.
It's crusty. Any volunteers?
I guess I will just because I have the deepest voice, and he also has a deep voice.
Yeah.
Just how math works, I guess. I don't know. Drummond. Lord Vincent! I believe my instructions were for you to bring the sage to the castle at once, but it seems that you have failed to do so. In fairness, he was turned to a mouse.
This is true.
My apologies. The wizards got in the way. We suffered immense damage from the great catastrophe, precisely because those wizards slept on their jobs. They say that wizards will obey the sage, Before the new wizards gather, seize the sage and make sure he bends to our will. But if we steal away the sage, we'll just anger the wizards even further. There's no need to worry. As long as we control the sage, they'll have to obey us. This is all for the sake of the people of Central Country. He might very well be the son of my brother the king, but I won't allow Arthur to have his way any longer.
At daybreak, I wake from my dream. I was half hoping to wake up and find myself back in my old world, but it seems like this is my current reality. This still feels unreal, but I'm grateful that I've landed myself in the company of good people. I open the window, taking in the sound of birds chirping and the scent of morning dew. Somewhere in the distance, I hear a rippling of a stream. Without thinking, I inhale deeply, breathing in the fragrance of flowers carried by the wind. What a pleasant, refreshing mood to wake up to. Being surrounded by such a lush view of nature is enough to lift my spirits. How many days has it been since I had a leisurely morning like this? What an endlessly blue sky. How pretty. Ah, you can still see the huge white moon so clearly in the sky. Oh, yes?
Good morning, Sir Sage.
Sir Knight. Kishi-sama.
Good morning, Sir Sage.
It's Kane's voice. The twins did say that Kane was a knight of the Central Country, so he should be acquainted with Prince Arthur since they're from the same country.
Sir Sage, are you still asleep?
Ah, I'm awake. Please give me a moment. I'm not properly dressed yet.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I'm sure you look wonderful even if you've just woken up.
What a devastatingly smooth line. This guy must be really popular.
Who says that?
Me. Me if I meet Kane.
The manners make the night. I'll wait for you to get ready.
Thank you.
Take your time.
After I finish getting ready, I open the door. As I do, Kane's smiling face gives way to confusion.
Huh? Where are you?
I'm right here.
Where?
In front of you.
In front of me? See, you're not here.
Oh, that's my arm. I'm right in front of you. See? I'm here. I clasp Kane's hands with both of mine. In that moment, our eyes meet.
There you are. Why'd you hide Why'd you hide yourself?
I didn't. I can't even use magic.
Is that so? Then why couldn't I see you?
Kane thinks it over for a while, then looks back up suddenly.
Well, who cares?
Damn. Are you sure?
Yeah, it might be because of this one eye. See how one of my eyeballs is red?
Kane bends down so his gaze meets mine, and points to one eye with his finger.
This red one wasn't originally mine.
It's not yours.
Yeah, a wizard with a terrible personality gouged out my eyeball and took it against my will.
What?
Then he stuck one of his own eyes in there.
Some people do some scary things, huh?
I should have been more careful. But I'm going to defeat him someday and take my eyeball back.
Did it hurt?
Of course it hurt. For a while, it wouldn't even listen to me at all. They kept trying to look at everything but where I was trying to look.
Kane's resolute frown shifts into a grave expression.
It was Owen.
Huh?
The guy who stole my eyeball. It was Owen, a northern wizard. Don't get too close to him.
あいつには
The
応援
first
にあ
thing
っ
you
たら
should do if you meet
ま
Owen
ず
is
目
to
をそら
look
せ
away immediately.
その次に
Don't listen to anything
応
he
援の言
says.
葉を聞く
It's
な
over once you
応
talk
援
to
と
him.
会話したらしっか
If
り
you
自
don't
我を
keep
持
a
って
hold
い
of
ないと
yourself, he'll drag you into the
闇の
depths of
底に引
darkness.
きずられる
I understand. Looking at my nervous expression, Kane laughs admirably.
大丈夫さ
Don't worry.
何か
I'll
あったら
protect you no matter
俺
what
が守って
happens.
やる
Owen doesn't really drop
応援
by
はあまり寄り
anyway.
つかないしなおっと
Oh, I forgot to
敬語を
address you
忘れて
formally.
ました
Sorry, Sir
すみ
Sage.
ません賢
I
者
get
様
reprimanded for it
よく
fairly
叱られる
often,
んで
but
す
I
けど
just...
Oh, you don't have to speak formally to me.
そうか
Really? That'd be great help.
助かるよ
I'm no good with
礼儀
manners
作
and
法が
etiquette.
苦手なんだ
Please think of
俺
me
の
as
こ
your
とも
friend.
友人
Let's
外を
take
歩
a
こ
walk
う
outside.
散歩しな
I'll
がら
listen to your
あんた
requests
の
as we
頼み
walk.
事を聞くよ
Huh?
スノー様
I
と
heard
ホワイ
from
ト
Sir
様
Snow
から
and
聞い
Snow
た
White.
アーサ
You
ー
want to
殿
meet
下に会いたいんだろ
Prince Arthur, don't you?
元の世
So
界
that
に
you
帰
can
る
return to your world.
Kane smiles, a little sadly.
俺
Though,
はあんたに
personally, I would
こ
like
の
you to
世界
stay
に
in
いて
this
ほしい
world.
けどな
That is such a good chapter. Oh my goodness. I walk alongside Kane and look up into the sky. The huge white room makes a faint outline against the blue skies. It really is huge.
何
What
が
is?
The moon. I was just thinking that the moon in this world is so huge.
昨日襲来した
Well,
ば
it
かり
did
だか
just
らな
attack us yesterday.
Attack? As Kane looks up at the moon, his eyes narrow into a glare.
あれが
It's the great
大い
catastrophe.
なる厄災だ
It attacks once a year,
年に一度
trying to
襲
destroy
来し
this
て
world.
この世界を
That
滅
is
ぼ
the
そうとす
opponent
る
that we are up against.
俺たちが戦っている相手だ
The moon? Are you fighting the moon?
そうだ
That's right.
襲来
We
する
intercept
月
the
を
moon's
迎撃
attacks
し
and
て
send them back into
空
the
に返
sky.
すのが
That's
賢
our
者の
role
魔
as
法
the
使い
sage's
の役目なん
wizards.
だ
Wizards who fight against the moon. I look up at the sky, struck speechless by that extraordinary tale. To think that every time that huge moon approaches, they have to fight against it in order to protect the world. Once a year? Every year?
Yeah, every year.
あ
Has it always been like this?
Always.
とだ
Kane shrugs.
It would be
一度
so
で
much
蹴りがつけば
easier
楽
if
なんだけど
only
な
we could finish it
でも
off in one shot.
世の中にある厄介事な
But
ん
the
て
same goes for the
大抵そんなもん
most
さ
troublesome things in this world. You deal with
片付
them,
けては
then
ま
the
た
next
問題
problem
が起き
pops
て
up.
繰り
Same
返
thing
し繰
happens
り
again
返
and
し
again,
な
and
ん
you
とか
just
す
try
る
to find a way to deal with it.
物語
You
のよ
don't
う
get a
な
fairy tale
綺
ending
麗な
tied
終わりな
up
辛抱
neatly in
強
a
く
bow.
続
You
け
have
て
to
いくし
patiently
かないん
carry
だ
on.
って割り切ってたんだけどな
That's how
今
things
年の
have
大いな
been
る
all
厄災は
along, and I
おか
accepted
しかっ
that
た
fact. But the great catastrophe was really strange this year.
Strange, you say?
ありえない
It
くらい
was
強
almost
力だった
impossibly strong.
歴戦の
It
魔
drew
法使い
close
た
with
ちが
so
かな
much
わないほど
power
の
that
力
even
で
the veteran wizards
こ
were no
の世
match
界に
for
接
it.
近してきてな
There were 20 of us, but we lost half our comrades.
おかげで
Kane falls
20人い
silent,
たな
his eyes cast downward. In the rays of the morning sun, a breeze sweeps through the air silently.
大いなる厄災が接
The
近
great
しすぎたせい
catastrophe
で
got so
王
close.
都にも
I'm sure the
大きな
capital
被害
suffered
が出てるだろ
significant
う
damage too.
アーサー
You
殿下
said
に
you
会い
wanted
た
to
いと言
meet
ってい
Prince
たん
Arthur,
だ
right? He's in
アーサー
Granville
殿下
Castle
は
in the capital.
王都のグランベル
I
城
make
にいらっ
trips
し
to
ゃ
the
る
castle pretty regularly,
俺も
so I can take
日
you
頃
along
から
with
城に
me.
出入りして
I'm
る
sure His Highness will
あんた
welcome
を
you
連れて行くこ
warmly.
ともできるだが
But could I
王都の
ask
被害の
you
規模が
to
分かっ
just
て
hang in there and
復
wait a
旧
little
作業が落ち
longer
着くまで
until
は
we can figure out
少
the
しの
extent
間
of the damage
待っ
that
て
to
い
the
てもらえ
capital
な
and
いか
get repairs underway?
The extent of the damage. The moon drew close to this world. I can't even begin to imagine the sort of damage that would cause. I understand. I'm sorry for making such a selfish demand with everything else going on.
何を
What
言
are
って
you
る
saying?
あんた
We're
が
the
大
ones
変な
making
時に
selfish demands
こ
of
っ
you
ち
when
が
you're
わ
in
が
a
ままを言っ
difficult
てるんだ
situation. I'd
でき
hope
れ
that
ば
you would come to
こ
like
の世
us
界や
in
俺
this
たち
world
を
if possible,
気
but
に入ってほしかった
I
よ
understand if nothing quite beats
仕方
the
がない
home where you've
住
always
み慣れた
lived.
家には
If there's anything I can do in the time that I'm here.
Are you
本当
sure?
か
Yeah, I can clean, for example.
そんなのは
Leave the
俺た
chores
ち
to
がやる
us. But
新
we
しい
do
魔法使
want
い
you
を
to perform the summoning
召喚
ritual
してほ
for
しいん
new
だ
wizards.
The new wizards?
ああ
Remember how I said our
半分になっ
numbers
ちま
were
ったと
down
言
to
っただろ
half? There were
賢者の
originally
魔法
20 of the
使いは
sage's wizards.
本来
Only
20
the
人
sage
いる
can
欠
summon
員
new
が出
wizards
た
to
時
fill in
は
for
賢者に
those
し
we
か召
lost.
喚できないんだ
Can I ask you to do that?
よければ
I hesitate slightly at Kane's grave expression, then nod. If it's something I could do, I'll give it a shot. Have either of you seen any clips from the Mahoyaku musical?
No.
I have not. I've been trying to look for it because I know I will go insane over it.
I've only seen clips and like it looks so fun and whimsical.
Yeah, one of my friends that I met at the convention I went to not too long ago was like, "You should really watch the stage show," and I really do. I want to so bad.
Let me know if you find it.
Will do. Guys, I have news.
No.
Sir Sage said we would perform the summoning ritual for the new wizards.
Kane announces this in the dining room. Mur and Shylock turn their eyes towards him, but Kane tilts his head curiously.
Huh? Nobody's here?
まだ誰もいないのかいるよ
I'm here. Morning, Kane, Sir Sage.
ムル
Mur?
どこにいる
Where are you?
ポケットの
Inside your pocket.
またくだ
Stop
ら
with
な
your
いこと
silly jokes. Come on, show yourself.
消してないで出てこい出てるよ
But I am showing myself. In fact, I don't know how much more I can reveal.
You're being silly.
Kane, I do think there's something wrong with your eyes. That's when Snow and White appear.
おはよ
Good morning.
う。おはよ
Good
う。
morning,
皆の衆。
everyone.
おはようございます
Morning.
ファウストの容体はど
How's Foss to... Ouch.
シャイロックいきなり
Shylock,
目の前に現れるな
Don't show up out of thin air right in front of my eyes.
ぶつかってきたのはそ
But
ちら
you're
で
the
しょ
one who crashed into
し
me
か
at
も正
first.
面から
Huh?
二日酔いですか
Are you suffering from a hangover?
いや目の
No,
調子が
that
悪くてな
it's just that my eyes have been
そういえば
acting up.
双子先生
But
の
now
姿
that I
も
think
見え
about
ない
it, I can't see the twins.
ほほ
It
おかしなことも
certainly
ある
seems
も
like
の
there
じ
are
ゃ
strange things happening.
我らも昨日は壁
You
の
see,
駅が出られん
we
よ
too
うにな
were
った
trapped
の
within a painting last night.
冗談に
Hey,
しないでくれ
don't
よ
turn this
俺
into a
の話は
joke.
本当だ
I'm telling the truth here. Anyway, guess what? Sir Sage said he would perform the summoning ritual for the new wizards.
それより聞いてくれ
That would help us out
それ
tremendously.
は助かります
Thank you,
ね
Sir Sage.
賢者様
Yay, new comrades.
I don't know if I can pull it off, but I hope I can be of some help to you all.
感謝するぞ
We're grateful
賢
for
者
your
よ
help, Sage.
それでは
Ugh.
昼過ぎに
Well
召
done.
喚の
Let's
儀式
perform the
を
summoning
行うこと
ritual.
に
A
し
little
よう
past new.
大いなる薬
It's
剤の
better to
姿
perform the
が
ritual
見え
when
な
the
くなっ
great
てから
catastrophe
の
is
方
at
が
visible
良
in
い
the
からな
sky.
Snow and White say this, gazing up at the faint white moon. Shylock looks at me and smiles.
それ
Please
まで
take it
は
easy until
ごゆっ
then.
くりなさって
For now,
まず
let
は
us enjoy
朝
some
食にしましょう
breakfast.
カイ
Kane, could you go
ヒ
with
ースクリフを
Heathcliff?
起こしてきてください
The witches and the southern wizards all turned
魔
to
女た
stone.
ちや
There's
南の魔
nobody
法使い
to
たち
prepare
が石にな
breakfast
っ
for
て
us
しま
all.
ったので朝食を作
Can
る
he
も
even
のが
cook
あいつ
breakfast? I thought he was a noble young master.
手先の器用
He's
な
quite
子だった
skilled
でし
with
ょ
his hands, remember?
彼じゃなき
Can you
ゃ
think of anyone
誰
else
が
who
作
can
るん
cook?
です？
あんたは
What about you? Don't you run a
酒場をやって
bar?
るんだろ
The light meal you made for me
前に
the other day was
作ってくれた軽食はう
delicious.
まかった
朝から他人
I
に
don't
奉仕したくありません
particularly feel like serving others first thing in the morning.
なら俺が作るよ
Then I'll
ぶっ
cook.
込んで煮ればいいん
You
だろ
just have to throw everything into a pot and let it boil, right?
If you'd like, I can make something.
本当
Really?
おじやは
Can you
作
make
れる
ojia?
Ojia? I can make ojia. I didn't realize I could eat ojia in this world.
す
You
ご
sounded
い
like
感
it.
激してるな
そうい
That
えば
reminds me.
前の
The
賢
previous
者
sage
様も
also said that the
人が
delicious
環
meals
境
were the
に
key
順
to
応する
adapting
ため
to
に
a new
は
environment.
おいしなら
Well then, I'll leave it
お
to you.
任せします
Let me take you to the
キッチンに
kitchen.
ご案内します
I'm shaken by what awaits me in the kitchen.
Oh boy.
Ian does have the worst curse, I think. He just can't see.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah, like, I think I would fucking lose it if I couldn't see other people. Like,
Yeah.
I know they're there, but like, not being able to see them, that would drive me bonkers.
I do find it really funny that Mur said that he was in his pocket, though.
I almost believed him for a second. I was like, did he get in there?
Mur would pull some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Unfamiliar ingredients are stuffed into the transparent jars and lined up on shelves. A mysterious kind of dried seaweed, bottled up and labeled, feels like kombu. White grains labeled, feels like rice. A sticky dark substance labeled, pretty much miso. Sage before me really tried his best, huh? I roll up my sleeves and grab a pot when Heathcliff comes running into the kitchen.
Let me help you, Sir Sage.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, I can't have that. I'm actually pretty good at this sort of thing. So, please let me assist you.
Heathcliff rolls up his sleeves and smiles at me. His beauty is honestly mesmerizing. At the same time, though, his smile is awkward, like a shy boy trying his best to be friendly. He's probably not a very outgoing person, but maybe he's trying to approach me because of everything that's happened with Faust. He reminds me of Hanako from the old cat lady's place. She would first watch all the other cats clamor around me, and then cautiously approach me. I smile at him, hoping it'll make him feel at ease. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Of course. What are you cooking?
I was going to make ojiya.
No, that's the kind of thing like porridge that the previous sage used to make for us. The soup stock is the key to its flavor, right?
Heathcliff ties his apron and waves his slender fingers like a conductor of an orchestra. The window opens, and an egg comes flying around through the air. The kettle floats into the air and tilts water into a pot. It boils the moment it hits the pot, and in goes some feels like kombu. Feels like kombu releases a screech and absorbs the water, expanding to over twice the original size as it transforms into the shape of a webbed hand. What is this?
It's submersive algae. It's a seaweed that clings to ships and drags them to the bottom of the sea. I had never eaten it before either. Were you able to get a good rest last night?
Yeah, I fell asleep while reading the sage's manual. I answer his question in a daze while watching the various utensils and ingredients fly about the kitchen. The egg cracks into a delightful rhythm and whips themselves inside a bowl. While preparing the ojiya, Heathcliff begins to drip some coffee. Wow, being a wizard really lets you do a lot.
Huh?
It's nothing. There was coffee back in my world, too. You're not going to use magic to prepare the coffee?
I could, but I feel like it always tastes better when I make it manually. I do make sugar with magic. It's the first kind of magic that wizard children learn in practice. It might look simple, but it can actually be pretty difficult to get the star shape and sweet flavor right. Beginners make all kinds of mistakes. Sometimes it stays as powdered sugar, or doesn't really taste like anything, or it turns into sugar water.
The feels like rice reaches a boil, and Heathcliff drops the whipped eggs into the pot. They dance in perfect loops through the air as they make their gentle landing.
And the sugar we make has health benefits. It's known to reduce both physical and mental fatigue. That's why humans purchase sugar from us. Sir Sage, could you hold out your hand?
I do as I'm told, offering Heathcliff my outstretched palm. He points to it with his index finger.
God, I want Competo now.
and a few beautiful star-shaped sugars tumble into my palm. Whoa, that's amazing! Heathcliff smiles bashfully in response. I remember this, it feels like so long.
Real.
I don't remember when I first read this. Like, oh my god, I can't even guess, I have no clue.
We definitely passed the part that I got to 2 years ago, so it's all really new to me now.
Yay!
Yippee!
It's no big deal, really. Any wizard can do this.
I try to pinch the sugar with my fingertips, but it quickly dissolves into a fine powder. Delicacy reminds me of him. So this is what it's like to live in a world with magic. How does one become a wizard? If I memorize the spell that you used yesterday, will I be able to use magic too? If I could use magic, I'd like to try. That's what's going through my mind when I ask Heath my question. It looks like he doesn't really know how to answer me.
You don't really get to choose whether or not you're a wizard. Wizards are born from humans at random, and the children of wizards aren't necessarily wizards either. It's like a sudden mutation of sorts. It said that about 1 in 10,000 are born as wizards, and it looks like that number has been dwindling as of late. But wizards are also long-lived. The previous sage said it's not a job change, but more like a mutant hero.
I see. So it's not like anyone who mutters a spell can use magic.
Yes. Spells are like charms that reinforce the heart in which magic power lies. That's why every wizard has a different spell. As you repeat your favorite words over and over again, they come to harbor mysterious powers. That's what I learned.
So your favorite words become your spell? Heathcliff, what does your spell mean? Heathcliff blinks and purses his lips in surprise. He shyly lowers his gaze and mumbles, with bright red cheeks.
Dusk and the sound of rain.
Dusk and the sound of rain.
Do you think it's weird?
Not at all. I love both dusk and the sound of rain. Heathcliff smiles relieved. Though still bashful, he seems to have opened up a little as we continue cooking. Let him cook!
Let him cook!
I apologize. No one's ever really asked me that question, so I got a little nervous.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Was it rude of me to ask?
No, I just thought it might sound a bit childish. Especially because some wizards have spells that mean things like true love and the truth of the universe.
That sounds so cool. But I think my spell would be something like the title of my favorite song, or the name of a cat.
You like cats?
Yes, I love them.
Mr. Faust loves cats too. He tries to keep it a secret, but I've seen him covertly playing with them a number of times.
Really? I think we're going to get along then.
He might seem scary, but is a very good teacher.
Before I knew it, Heathcliff was making eye contact and smiling as we spoke.
According to Mr. Faust, just as humans fasten their bodies to objects to use them, wizards fasten their hearts to nature to harness it.
Fasten their hearts to nature.
Yes. The clearer the vision in your mind, the more powerful your magic, and the more likely your spell is to succeed.
Vision in your mind. So you have a great power? Oh wait, so if you have a great power, does that mean you can do anything at all?
And what a wizard can do with magic varies depending on the wizard's magical power, as well as his specialties and weak points. There are certain things we can't do, such as reviving the dead, or turning back time. We can't create something out of nothing.
See. But Heathcliff, it looked like you stopped time yesterday when you used your watch against the soldiers.
Oh, no. I didn't. Dog. Okay. Well, that was rude of him. Goodness.
I forgive him.
He will pay for his crimes in due time.
No, I didn't. I just imagined time had stopped in order to freeze their movements.
Heathcliff laughs, his brows turn down.
It would be nice if we could turn back time, though. I'm always so indecisive, so there are a lot of things I'd like to redo.
I feel the same. His ordinary commentary makes me feel closer to him. Magic can be surprising and all, but it looks like wizards can harbor the same feelings as humans.
Alright, done. Let's take this to the dining room.
Yes, please. Thank you. I've been trying to get this necklace off of me for like 20 minutes.
Oh no.
I can't get it. I'm wearing acrylic nails and they're really long. And like, I'm just struggling.
Oh no.
I guess that necklace is just gonna be part of you until...
It's on me.
Ugh, that sucks.
Skill issue.
I could like get up and like try to do it in the mirror, but like, ugh, I'm lazy.
Fair.
Very fair.
Yay, breakfast time.
Alright, no flying during mealtime. Sit down when you eat your food.
No, I've had this before. It's sojiya.
You must mean Mojia. It's Mojia. I'm going to have the salt. Ouch! What do you think you're doing? Bradley, when did you get here? I've been here the entire time! Did you leave your eyes at home?
You couldn't see me earlier either. Are you sure you're alright, Kane?
This is getting to be a real problem. Let's eat for now, before the food gets cold. You know, it's always bothered me how this meal called Ojia doesn't go well with coffee.
As I spend time with them, I come to learn more about each of their personalities bit by bit. Mur is whimsical and impulsive. Sherlock is mature, but he does everything at his own pace. Kane is friendly like an older brother. Heathcliff is shy. I don't know much about Bradley, but he's quick to lose his temper. And everyone seems to respect Snow and White. It reminds me of all the cats who lived in the old cat lady's yard. Each one lived its life as it pleased. And you couldn't really tell if they got along or hated each other. Watching these wizards reminds me of that carefree lifestyle, as does listening to their very lively conversation.
That's right. We need to explain the great catastrophe to the sage.
Oh, I discussed it with him earlier.
Oh,
is that so? Excellent. It saves us the effort.
If you'd like to learn more, you should ask Mur. He wants to research the great catastrophe, you see.
Current Mur wouldn't be able to explain anything to you. He got too close to the secret behind it all, and it completely shattered his soul.
Shattered his soul. Does that sort of thing happen often?
It's certainly not common. But I would say the same for exchanging eyeballs or tying a ghost to this world using magic. What a bunch of weirdos. I'm fond of you all, be it blind or humans. Bizarre abnormalities carry stories that are just as rich as those of outstanding excellency. You really are a Western wizard. And you were very much like a central wizard. Your honesty are very core.
When you say like a central wizard or like a Western wizard, what does all that mean?
There are 5 countries in this world: Central, North, West, East, and South.
A wizard's disposition varies depending on the country they reside in. Previous sage recorded it all in the Sage's Manual.
Sage's Manual. Once I finish eating, I open up the Sage's Manual, which I brought from my room.
賢者の魔法使いは
It looks like 4 wizards from each of the 5 countries, Central Country, Eastern Country, Western Country, Southern Country, and Northern Country, are chosen as the sage's wizards. Some supernatural power chooses them, so the sage gets no say in who arrives. Which means I can't summon my own army of pretty witches. Oh wait, this is like the old sage. Pretty disappointing. The wizards of each region share certain character traits. Even if a wizard is born in one place, it may not necessarily be the land they're associated with. If they have lived in a country for so long, they can grow accustomed to the traits of that land. So there are Eastern wizards who are born in the West. Central wizards have strong hearts of justice. They care deeply about those close to them and take on jobs that nobody else wants to do, suited for leadership roles. Central wizards. So, Kane and Oz. I can definitely see how Kane is a central wizard. Eastern wizards are usually total misanthropes. They're closed off, fundamentally serious, and like being left alone. They're cute when they become fond of you, but if you piss them off, they'll hold a grudge for the rest of their lives. Eastern wizards. So, Heathcliff and Faust. Western wizards are temperamental and whimsical. You can't hold a normal conversation with them. They'll live in their own worlds. They really love festivals. Lots of weirdos here. Western wizards. So, Myrrh and Shylock. Southern wizards are kind and generous. You feel relaxed and at ease talking around them. They like helping others. Since they're quick to protect those in danger, even though their own magical powers aren't very strong, I'm always worried about them. Southern wizards. Huh, I haven't met any yet. I want to meet a southern wizard. Someone who's kind and makes you feel at ease. Wizards are scary. They're extremely powerful. And they all hate each other. Totally self-centered. These guys would survive even if a complete apocalypse.
Damn.
They suck.
Shout out to the fact that like half like never mind.
Yeah.
多分代替わりしてもあいつらだけは生き残ってるだろうから詳しく書いておく。
I'm pretty sure they're... I keep doing that. I'm pretty sure they'll all be here when the next sage arrives. So let me describe each of them in detail. Oh, I love this part. I know this part. Snow and White. They're relatively peaceful and fairly cooperative. They love to joke around. They're the oldest wizards here. Apparently, they've lived for several thousands of years. Snow and White. They've lived for even longer than I imagined. Bradley. Warning. Handle with caution. He used to be the boss of a crime group. Currently, a prisoner. Terrifying when mad. But you can sort of appease him with food. Huh. Now that I think about it, he was eating a lot of ojiya. Owen. Warning. Handle with caution. Creepy. Talking with him makes you feel like you're having a mental breakdown. Just make sure he never takes an interest in you and you should be alright. Oh, he's the one Kane was talking about. He sounds scary. Mithra. Maximum warning. Handle with extra caution. Don't be fooled by his looks and polite speech. He's a beast. He will kill you. A beast?
And I'd let him.
And I'd let him. He'll kill you. I don't really want to meet him now. Huh? There's one more. Oz. He's a northern wizard who was summoned as a central wizard for some reason. He's infamous for taking over the world. He's infamous for taking over the world with his magical powers. Took over the world? So he was an infamous dictator. He looked scary, but I don't really think he was that bad of a person.
What are you doing?
Shylock takes a seat next to me as I read the Sage's Manual. On the table, he places a steaming bottle of wine. Leaves... Steaming bottle of wine? Why is it steaming?
I don't know.
Leaves various shapes, small berries, and rose petals. Ah, there was still some time till noon when we wanted to do the ceremony, so I was rereading the Sage's Manual.
You looked completely engrossed. Was it that interesting?
Yes, it contains stories about this world and the wizards living in it. Everything is so fascinating.
I'm glad to hear it.
Shylock smiles as he pulls apart the leaves, berries, and petals, placing them into the wine bottle. When the wine looks like it's about to overflow from the bottle, he pours it into a cup and drinks it, and then goes back to adding leaves to the bottle. It looks like he's enjoying himself. What are you doing, Shylock?
I'm making
ハ
an
ーブワ
herbal
インを
wine.
作ってい
I
るん
run
で
a
す。
bar in Western country after
私
all.
は西の国で
You're supposed to save the world, but you also work at a bar? Shylock stuffs another petal into the jar as he smiles, his eyes twinkling.
世界を救って
Saving the
も
world
食
doesn't
べて
put
いけ
food
ま
on
せ
the
んから
table after all. Though
世界
failing
を
to save the
救わなく
world
て
would
も
also
食べて
mean
い
there
け
would
ま
be
せん
no
けど
food on the table.
I see. That sounds like hard work.
いい
No,
え
I quite
楽
enjoy
しい
it.
ですよ
I love this job, you
私は
see.
この仕事が好きなんで
It
す
can bring
厄
about
介
many
なことはた
troubles,
くさん
but
ありますが
making the time to enjoy
自分
yourself
で
leads
自
to a
分を
richer and
楽
more
しむ時
fulfilling
間があれ
lifestyle.
ば
Shylock's words lighten up my heart. Now that I think about it, I came to such a strange new world, but I haven't yet managed to fully enjoy the opportunity. It would be nice if I could enjoy this world to the fullest before I return home. Would it be rude for me to ask a wizard to show me some magic?
時
That
と
depends
場
on
合
the
と
time,
人
the
によりま
place,
す
and the
ね
person. If you were to ask me
今
right
の時
now,
間
I
と
wouldn't
賢者様
find it
と
particularly
私なら
rude. If you begged
魔
me,
法を
please
見
show
せ
me
て
magic.
と
In fact, I
ね
would
だら
quite
れる
like
の
it.
はいけない
It would
遊び
feel
の
like a
よう
naughty
で
game.
嫌いじゃありません
I
よ
would be tempted to
恥
get
じ
all
らった
bashful
ふりを
and
して
reply, just
あ
for
な
you
たに
then.
ならと言って差し
He
上げた
gazes
くな
at
る
me with alluring eyes, and for some reason, my cheeks turn bright red. I see. The wine bottle begins to boil at the snap of Shylock's fingers. The leaves, the rosebuds, and the berries all dance within the bottle as it spits out a white steam. Wow.
私は奉仕
I
系
like
な
to
ので
provide service by
ねだられ
nature,
る
so
前
I
につい
couldn't
サー
stop
ビスして
myself
しま
from
いま
putting
し
on
た
a little show without you having to beg.
次は愛らしい
I'll
お
be
ねだ
looking
りを
forward
聞か
to
せ
an
てくだ
adorable
さいね
pretty please next time.
He's a hoe.
He's such a slut.
He's a MILF.
He really is. Like, goddamn, who made this wizard milfy?
Damn Westies.
For real.
Shylock smiles delightfully while casting me a seductive gaze.
魔法使いは
Wizards use
心で
magic
魔
with
法
our
を使い
hearts.
ます
That's why we adore love.
だから
At the same
愛が
time, we're
大好き
terrified
なんです
of
よ
love and we even loathe it.
その
The
くせ
wizards will fall in love with
男に
anything,
も
be
女
it
にも
men,
動物にも
women,
星にも
animals,
魔
or
法使い
stars.
は恋を風に
There are
恋を
women,
して
there
世
are
界
wizards
中
who
を
fall
追い
in
か
love
けて
with the breeze and follow it
花
around
を
the
恐れ
world.
て世
There are
界中
wizards
を
who feel
闇に
flowers
覆
and
お
try
う
to
として
envelop the whole world
一
in
生を終え
darkness.
る魔法使いもいます
Sometimes that becomes their life, from beginning to end.
バカらしいかもし
It
れま
might
せん
sound
が
foolish, but I beg of you,
どうか
do not laugh at
笑わないで
us,
く
Sir
ださい
Sage.
賢者さん
We're
私たち
simply
は私た
accepting
ちな
our
り
own
に真剣
dispositions
に
with great
自分
earnestness,
の性質と
embracing and
そ
enjoying
れ
the
らが
day to
運ぶ
day
日
that
々を受
our
け入れ
natures
て
bring about
楽
as we
しん
march
で
forward on our
幸せを
quests for
探しているん
happiness.
ですよ
Steam from the wine bottle begins to dissipate, and Shylock clears the table and stands up.
お
I
邪魔してしまい
apologize
ま
for
したね
disturbing you. Please
どう
enjoy
ぞ
the rest of your book.
読書の続きを楽しんで
No. Do talk to me about wizards again. Your stories were fascinating. I love hearing about wizards. Shylock blinks and smiles happily.
Of course. I'd love to.
もちろん
When the clock strikes noon, the wizards begin to gather. Snow and White are the first ones at the scene. It's time for the summoning ritual.
Explain the steps as you go through them. It'll be OGT. The OG. I can't read. OJT. There we go.
OJT?
前の賢者
We
が
learned
伝
this
えた言葉じゃ。実践しながらやり方を教
I also
え
can't
るの
speak.
は OJT。
We learned this phrase from the previous stage. OJT stands for on the job training. You learn through example.
Classroom learning is called a lecture.
話し合いは2級
Discussion is called a meeting.
The mediator is called a trainer. Then we call them teachers.
I see. Can I ask one question in advance? Is this going to hurt or will it be scary? Shylock and Mur look at each other.
It didn't seem
私たちには
particularly frightening.
痛そうだったり怖
It
そうだっ
didn't
たり
seem
は見えません
particularly
でしたけ
painful
ど
or frightening to us.
Oh, but the previous sage might have cried.
I flinch and take a step backwards. Please wait a moment. Can I read the sage's manual before we go on? I want to know what to expect before I head into this ritual.
もちろんだ
Of course. I hope he wrote something
召喚の儀式について書い
about
てある
the
といいな
ritual.
I flip through the pages in a hurry, searching for the text related to the summoning ritual. Found it! On summoning new wizards. When a wizard's magical powers wane and their crest disappears, they retire from being a sage's wizard. That's when the sage summons a new wizard to take their place. Also, when wizards turn to stone during a battle with the Great Catastrophe, the sage summons the same number of wizards to replace them. But this rarely happens. Please see the following for details regarding the summoning process. Place a mana stone into the goblet or something. I forget the name. Drink the pitch black liquid that emerges and lift the goblet to the sky. Black liquid smells like blood and tastes like the worst mixture of honey, raw fish, herbs, and cheese that you could possibly imagine. I cried drinking it. Ugh.
Well done.
Well done, Sage.
Oh, that was it. I drank it. Ugh.
よく飲め
Damn,
る
you
わ
really drink it all.
頑張ったな
Great job, Akira.
I'll serve you some delicious coffee later. See, you did cry.
私でも号泣す
I
るでしょ
believe I too would break down in tears.
Sage, lift the goblet of judgment above your head.
You mustn't let go of the goblet, no
ゴ
matter
ブレッ
what.
トから手を離してはいかんぞ
Blinking back tears, I lift the goblet above my head with both arms. In that moment, a strange feeling runs through my body. It feels as if I've become a goblet in order to It feels as if I've become a goblet in order to fulfill something yet to come. What? An exhilarating impulse bubbles up from the depths of my body like a dragon soaring into the skies. Whoosh! It transforms into an actual gust of wind that whirls around me. The ceiling of the hall turns pitch black. So this is the summoning ritual. The little animation.
Yeah.
「月に選ばれた紋章」風が大丈夫かな賢者様
The wind is so strong. I wonder if Sir Sage is alright.
安心せい
Do not worry. The summoning ritual is proceeding smoothly.
今は賢者
Right
その
now,
もの
the
が
sage is
勝
becoming
利の
one
ゴ
with
ブレ
the
ットと
goblet
な
of
っておる
judgment,
のじゃ新たな魔法
so
使
that
That
い
he
he
may
may
bestow
bestow
crest
crest
upon the
upon
newly
on the
chosen.
newly chosen wizards.
Twins!
We love creepy twins.
Yeah.
I feel like I can hear Snow and White's voices in the distance, but I can't see them. Forests, rainbow-filled skies, thunderstorms over erupting volcanoes, a I don't know what that word is.
Cacophony.
Scenery cacophony of scenery changes rapidly in front of my eyes. I cling to the goblet, attacked by the sensation of hurtling through different ages and landscapes. Don't let go no matter what. I recall Snow's warning and tighten my grip. Before I know it, I'm awash in a sea of golden light. I feel like I'm standing on the moon. Words unknown to myself tumble out of my mouth. They ripple through the golden world around me, like water overflowing from a filled goblet. And then the goblet world vanishes, as if someone drank it all up. Huh.
よくやったぞ
You did splendidly, Sage.
見事じゃ
Well done. 10 rays of light
10
just shot out of the goblet of judgment and into the world.
世界
Does that mean the ritual was a success?
そうじゃ
Yes, yes.
Whoa! I duck down as Snow and White pat my head. Suddenly, I become keenly aware of the heavy weight of the goblet in my hand. Shylock takes it from me, smiling.
お見事でした
You did an excellent
賢
job.
者の光に
Under the
導かれ
guidance of
て
the light, crest
新
should
たな
appear
魔
on
法
the
使い
bodies
の
of the
体
newly
に紋
chosen
章が
wizards.
浮かび上がること
Crests? Shylock continues to smile as he eases his collar open and loosely pulls it aside, offering me a furtive glance at his chest. We are looking at his chest. There, on the expanse of smooth skin near a swell on the left side of Shylock's chest, there is a design like a tattoo of a lily.
これが紋章です
This is the crest.
I grow strangely flustered, both from the act of peeking down someone's collar and under the force of Shylock's sensuality. Ah, thanks.
おや
My.
なぜ赤面な
Why's
さ
your
るの
face all red?
Shylock chuckles amusedly.
可愛らしい方
He's so titty.
He's so titty.
Let
Your
this
boobs
milf
in my
into
mouth.
Magic headquarters.
Your boobs in my mouth, please, 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 you're nothing.
Okay. 場所は人によって違います
The crest appears on a different
紋
place
章が
for
浮か
each
んだ魔法
person.
使いたちは
The wizards who
各地にあ
manifest
る
crests
塔
on
か
their
ら
bodies
こ
will
こに向
probably
かうで
make
しょ
their way here from the towers in each country.
Are they coming on their own? Won't there be people who pretend not to notice?
賢者の魔法使いが
Unless
集わ
the
なけれ
sages
ば
wizards are gathered, the world will be destroyed.
自滅願望がなければ
But
や
they'll
って
show
く
up
るさ
unless they wish for self-destruction.
もしあったとして
Even
も
if there are people like
世
that,
界中の
they
魔
get
法
tracked
使い
down
たちを
anyway
敵
under
に
the
回して
enmity of every
行方を
wizard in
追
the
われること
world.
になるから
無駄な抵抗は
There's
せ
no
んじゃ
point
ろ
in to such futile resistance.
I see how it is. The new wizards. Wonder what kinds of people will show up.
Things are such a mess everywhere you go thanks to the great catastrophe.
大いなる
Hey,
ですな
owner, have the usual.
いつも
はいどうも
He wants to be Nero.
It's him. Gordon Ramsay.
I'll kill you.
はいどうも
So who do we have in the east? I'm Shino. Sakyu is Heathcliff, right?
Yeah.
I'm Faust.
Okay. So anybody could be him, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll be
Anybody
him just because I like him.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's
I
cute.
think he's neat. He's also milk coated, but like in a different kind of way.
He's male wife.
He's male wife. Here you go.
まったくひどい騒
Jeez,
ぎだ
what a
ね
horrible commotion.
これも全部
It's all
魔
thanks
法
to
使いの
those
せいだ
damn
よ
wizards.
あいつらが
Must have
真面目に仕
slacked off
事を
on
し
their
なかったん
jobs.
だ
I
そう
wonder.
っすかね
魔法使い
Have
を
you ever
見
met
た
a
ことがあ
wizard?
るか
I guess I have.
まあはい
あいつらはずる
Wizards
い
are all
怠
such
け者だよ
sly, lazy
不思議な
bastards.
力を持って
They have incredible
何
powers,
も
but
して
they
くれ
won't
ない
lift a finger for us.
まああれじゃないですか
I guess it's like...
ただ働きはほら
You know how no
誰
one
だっ
wants
て
to
嫌
work
でしょ
for free?
魔法が使えるんだぞ
But they can use
その人間を
magic!
得して生きてるのに
They already have it easier than us average humans. What more do they want?
感謝とか
Gratitude, maybe?
バカらしい
How ridiculous.
ねぎらいとか思
Maybe
いや
they
りと
just
か
want
当たり
the
前
sorts of
の
things you take for granted.
そういうのが欲
Like
しいのかもしれません
appreciation
よ
or compassion. I mean, you say,
Ora,
I'm digging in,
おじさんだ
or
っ
the
て
meal was great,
俺の
or
飯食う
thank
た
you
び
whenever you
い
eat
ただ
my
きます
cooking.
ごちそうさまって
Of course,
それはね、
you're a good, hardworking young man, and everything on your menu is delicious.
あんたの店の料理はど
Thanks. Hey, what's wrong?
テス
I'm alright?
腕が痛むの
What's going on?
なんだこれ
Hey, your arm's glowing!
まさか
Tell
こ
me,
の紋章は
this crest is... You've gotta be kidding me!
I'm so thrilled.
Bradley's wife.
何やら外界は大変な騒ぎのようですね。
Okay. Central Country Church of Eschatology headquarters. I don't know.
The
Does
tiny.
anybody want to be Rickey?
It's Bradley and Nero's son. I can't be Rickey.
Yes!
If I'm both Nero and Bradley, I can't be Rickey as well. I can't be the family unit.
Saku, any feelings towards this wizard?
His appearance reminds me of Ira, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh
外界は大変な騒ぎのようですね。
He's mean like Ira, actually. He's mean. Okay, fun fact. He's the reason I actually discovered Mahoyaku. I saw a singular image of him on Twitter that someone posted, and I was like, I need to play this game. What is it? I don't know. He intrigued me at first.
I see.
I remember.
I like his very nice.
I remember prior to Mahoyaku's launch, where someone was doing like the character intros for them, like translated versions and stuff.
Yeah.
And Rickey was the first one that I saw of those, and I was like, "Whoa, that's a little guy. Who's this little guy?"
He got us, man. What is it?
It's the church boy charm.
Yeah.
Certified
he
small.
has a very cute design.
I don't know, I think you should read us some Sophie.
I am okay with being him, but then Saku, you have to be Metile when we see Metile, because they're like besties.
Okay.
He's the other small.
I see.
Okay. Church voice. This is gonna be my Ira voice. Seems like the outside world is in considerable upheaval.
Last night was the moment of judgment that befalls us once every year. Seems that the ignorant wizards and humans have failed to protect this world. Listen to me, revered Rickey, disciple of God. The world has sunken into such a state because of the sheer size of the foolish masses who have strayed from the righteous path. Wizards are neither the chosen ones, nor are they special. They are simply sent by God to serve his chosen humans.
分かっています。
I understand, Father Priest. As a wizard. No, as a disciple. My powers exist only to serve you and this church. For the sake of everyone here who exposed themselves to this degenerate world on my behalf and allowed me to live, I will guide you all towards the righteous world with my power.
Now that's our revered Rickey. Everyone, let us offer up our prayers. Show us the light, revered Rickey. Guide us through the darkness. Devote yourself to our service and guide us on our path forward.
Thank you.
ありがとう。
Ugh.
What's wrong, revered Rickey?
My forehead is burning up. Ugh, my head is on fire.
There's a light coming from his forehead. Look, it's a crest.
Crest? What crest? Please stop this pain, Father Priest.
It's this mark. I've seen it before. Rickey, what have you done?
I don't know. Help me, Father Priest. You've always taught me everything. What is this light? What crest are you talking about?
Revered Rickey! Revered Rickey!
That was kind of traumatic. It was like Nero was just at his restaurant. And
Yeah.
Then, like, search ritual over here. I don't know. Poor little guy.
Rubbing my grubby little hands together.
It's time.
a western country town near the border.
いいラスティカ
Rustica. Okay, Rustica, here's the plan.
いいよ
Who's going to be him?
Don't you want to be him?
No! I can't have a conversation with myself. I'm already doing Nero and Bradley. I can't do this again.
I could take Rustica.
Sakyu.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
her.
いいよ
Got it.
聞いてから返事
Can
し
you
て
agree
よ
after you listen to me?
クロエは順
You're
番に
fussy
断
about
る
doing
ね
things in order, Chloe.
今夜はこの
Let's
町
spend the
に
night
泊
in
まる
this
ことにする
It looks like the damage from the great catastrophe isn't too bad here. But everyone else is on edge
だ
from
け
the
ど
attack,
大
so
いなる厄災の
let's
せい
keep it a
で
secret that
み
we're
んなピリ
wizards.
ピリしてるから俺たちが魔法使いってことは
嘘をつくの
I'm
は
not
気
really
が
keen
進ま
on
ない
telling
な
lies.
いいって
But
言
you
っ
said
たぞ
got it!
すまない
Sorry, I got things
順
out of
番を
order.
間違えてしまったんだ
It's not like we're
嘘をつくわ
actively
けじゃ
lying,
な
we're
いよ
just
黙って
keeping
るだ
quiet,
け
that's all.
あと
Also, try not to do
例の
that
メモ
thing while
こ
we're
こでは
here.
我慢して
例の
What do
あ
you
れ
mean by that thing?
ラスティカが
It's
旅
the
を
whole
する
reason
理
you're
由
on
だ
this
よ
journey, Rustica.
いなくなった
Ah,
僕
the
の
journey
花
in
嫁
search of
探
my
しで
missing
ね
bride. I'm afraid I can't agree to that proposal, Chloe. If
僕の
I
花
find
嫁
my
を見
bride,
かけ
I
たら
simply
声をか
have
け
to
る
talk to her. And this time, we'll hold a
今度こそ
magnificent
幸せ
wedding
な
for
結婚
real.
式をするんだ
I'll pledge my eternal
僕
love
は
to
彼女
her.
に永遠の愛を
ラスティカの気持ちは
I
わかるよ
understand how you feel,
俺だって
Rustica,
ラスティカの大
I
切な
also
願
want
い
to
が
see your
叶
precious
えばい
wish
いなって
fulfilled,
思ってる
but
でも
how
あんた
should I
は
put
その
it? Aren't you
花
kind
嫁
of
探しに対して
careless when it comes to
ちょっと
searching for your bride?
まさか
No way. I'm more
どんな
faithful
聖
than
者よ
any
りも
saint.
誠実だよ
あんたが
I
ものすご
get
く
that you're
真剣なの
extremely
は分かって
serious
る
about it, I really get
分
it,
かってる
but
んだけど
it's a peculiar affair, or
特殊っ
I
て
should
いう
say,
か
it's
理
hard to
解しがたいっ
understand.
ていうか
焼きたてのパンだよ
Fresh bread, straight from the oven. My wheat storage bag's burst, so bread's going cheap for today.
いい匂いだ
What a divine smell.
こんな
Only
美
my
味しいパン
brain
が焼け
could
るなん
bake
て
such delicious
僕の花
bread.
嫁に違いない
Rustica!
迎え
I've
に来
come
た
for
よ
you, my
わ
僕の花
bride.
嫁
Wah! Chirping. Chirp. The baker turned into a bird and got sucked into the nobleman's birdcage!
あの貴族の鳥かごに
Wizards! There are wizards in this town!
あ
Right after I said all that,
あそいつおっさんじゃな
that
いか
guy's just some random uncle.
ようやく
We
会えた
finally
ね
meet again,
可
my
愛い
darling
僕の
little
小鳥
bird. Won't let you go
今度こ
this
そ
time.
離さないよ
I love you. God damn, Rustica's weird.
He's so
He's
weird.
such
I
a
love
freak.
him. He's such a freak. I want to kiss him on the mouth.
Yeah, no, I have an actual crush on this man. Like, he's beautiful. Sakyu is like, what the fuck?
ラスティカダメだって
Stop it, Rustica. Give me the bird cage. That was a shock. What's with this guy?
僕の
My
花嫁
bride.
明らかに違うだろう
He's obviously not.
あいつら
Those guys are wizards.
使いだ
Those wizards turned a man into a bird and captured him. This is looking bad.
逃げようラステ
Let's
ィ
go,
カ
Rustica.
この町に
But you
泊ま
said
る
we
って
stay
言っ
the
た
night here?
予定
We're
変
changing
更
plans. Got it?
いいよ
Got it. Oh,
ほら
look, I ended up saying got it after all.
もう
Rustica.
ラスティカには
I'd
かな
never
わない
win
よ
with you.
行
Let's
くよ
go.
Rustica, I can't.
あ
Alright.
空を飛んだ
They're flying. Wizards! Wizards come to kidnap us! Someone might have been whisked away. Make sure your children are all safe. Guess we're stuck camping for another night.
今日も野宿かない
い街だったのに
How
残念だ
unfortunate.
ね
It seemed like a nice
僕は
town
とても
too.
気に入りそうだっ
I
た
thought I was going to love it.
壊れた壁
I
を
should have
直し
fixed
てあ
their
げればよ
broken
か
wall.
ったな
俺たちが街を
Even
気
if we
に
end
入っ
up
ても
loving a town, it doesn't
街
mean
が
that
俺たちを
town
気
will
に入
love
って
us
くれると
back.
は限らないよ
野宿
I
も好
like
きだよ
camping too. The campfire is
焚き火
always
の
warm
炎
and
は
pretty.
暖かくて綺麗
And the
だし
stars in the sky are
夜
such a
空の
sight to
星もと
behold.
ても綺麗だ
I can have fun anywhere, long as you're there with me, Chloe.
クロエがいればどこにいても楽しい
ラスティ
Thanks.
カ
I feel the same.
ありがとう
Even though you're a
俺も
master who
同じだ
really
よ
struggles with everyday
あんたは
tasks.
だいぶ
クロエ
Chloe.
クロ
Chloe,
エどう
what's
したん
wrong?
だ
What is this? Feels like my heart's on fire.
Are you okay? Let's make a landing somewhere. Hop onto my broomstick. My throat.
Rustica, your neck's shining.
So is your chest, Chloe. Is this a new fashion you came up with?
Of course not. What is this? Rustica, do you have any clue?
This crest. I remember now. We were chosen by the moon.
Southern Country Village School. Can I be Rutile?
Of course.
I like him a lot. He's important to me. I've written a few fanfics with him. Like,
That's so real. I've written a couple Rustic Chloe fanfictions, but they have
I would love to
since been
see
orphaned.
them.
They've been orphaned. I can try and find them.
Yeah.
One
I need to
was like
write
one was a lyric fic, and the other was prose poetry. I'm more proud of the prose poetry one.
Ooh. I'm gonna ask a question and you can say no and it's okay. Do you like Mithra and Rutile together at all?
I can see the appeal, although I myself don't ship them.
Okay, that is fine. I personally like it, but we can move on.
Understandable.
They're like my favorites. Like Mithra, Rutile, and like Metile is their son to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how it goes, but yeah. Oh yeah. Southern Country Village School.
Okay. Mr. Rutile, we finished cleaning.
Hi.
Yes. Wow, it's so clean. Well done, everyone. We can't go home until they finish repairs in the village, but let's all work together to get through this. I'm sure it won't be long.
Yes.
Alright, you're all free to do what you want until dinner time.
Mr. Rutile, I'd like to boil some water. Could you make a flame of magic?
Of course. Should I head over to the fireplace, or would you just like some embers?
I think I'll just take some embers. Let's see, could you put them in this pot?
Of course. Orotonic Setumauji.
Oh!
Here we go.
Thank goodness. I can prepare the pot now. It's really wonderful to have wizards around during times like these. Even notice the school is an evacuation site. The whole village is grateful for your help.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm really grateful for all your delicious meals, too. It was truly a horrible disaster, but in Southern Country, wizards and humans work together. So I'm sure everything will return to normal soon enough.
I agree.
It's me, Tayo.
Hi, Nia. Nisama, I guess. Is Hisan. Yeah, Nisama. And that's it. Okay.
A tiny.
Tiny.
The little guy of all time.
We say that about everybody.
Well, yeah, this game is full of little guys.
Nitai is truly like the sun boy, though.
True. I want to pick him up and throw him affectionately.
My first impression was that he is very puntable looking, so... Nisama.
Mitile.
Mitile. Hello. Mr. Rutile just gave me embers to start a fire.
Hello. Do you need help with anything? I can offer a hand.
Oh, it's alright. Well then, Mr. Rutile, I'll be going now.
よろしくお願い
Yes,
します。
see you later.
兄様、
Nisama,
ガロ先生が診
did
療所を
Figaro
閉めた
say
ら
he'd stop by
学校
the
に来るって
school
言って
once
まし
he
た。
closes his clinic for the day? He
昼
said
間
he wanted to talk
僕
to
らの
us about
体
the
に出て
crest
きた
that
紋
appeared
章
on
の
our
ことで
bodies this
話があ
afternoon.
るって。
そう。じゃあやっぱりこれはきっと選ばれた魔法使いの印なんだろうね。
I see. So these probably are the marks of the chosen wizards.
大いなる厄災と
Wizards
戦う
chosen
役
to
目を
fight
持った
against the great
魔法使いです
catastrophe,
よね。
right?
や
Yay,
った
I was
選
chosen.
ばれたんだ。
大変な役目だよ。どうして
It's a difficult
みちるは
role,
喜ぶん
Mitile.
だ？
Why are you so happy?
すごい
It's an
役目じゃない
incredible
ですか。
role. It means the wizards from other regions won't make fun of us anymore.
バカにされずに
We
済み
won't
ま
let
す。
anyone call us southern wizards soft, slow, and weak anymore.
南の魔法使いは
もう
Goodness,
みちるは負け
Mitile.
ず嫌い
You're
なん
so
だから
competitive. If you take on a role for a reason like that, you won't be able to follow your heart when you want to be soft or weak.
弱りたいとき、
心のま
Follow
ま
my
に。
heart.
そうだよ。魔法使いの
That's right.
力の
The
源
source of a
は
wizard's
心。
power is their heart. You
心
simply
のまま
need to
に
follow your heart and do what you truly wish to do. Do
私
what
た
you
ちが
believe
した
is
いこと、
right.
誰
No
に
matter
バ
who
カに
makes
され
fun of
て
you,
も、
and no matter who
誰に
you
負けて
lose,
も、
no matter who you lose to,
私
I
は
will always
みちるが
love you,
大好き。
Mitile.
僕だって
I love you
兄
too,
様が大好
Nisama.
きです。
Well, that's exactly why I don't want anyone to
兄
make
様
fun
を
of
バ
you.
カにされたくない。兄様は
Nisama,
北の魔
he
法
used
使
to
いに
have
だって
just as
負け
much
ない
power
力
as
を
the
持ってい
northern
たはずです。
wizards, because our mother is...
僕らの
偉大な魔女チレッタ。
The
天
great
国の
witch
カズマに
Tiretta.
笑われないように。
Let's live our lives to the fullest so that she can feel proud in heaven.
はい。
Yes.
Yeah.
There he is.
Motherfucker.
There he is.
Mr. Lying Liar who lies.
Milf Hunter.
He would be fun to voice though.
I do not want to be him. He's all yours.
Hey, thanks for waiting.
フィガロ先生、診療所はもういいんですか？
Dr. Figaro, are you done with work for the day?
Yep, a lot of folks were injured, so it's been very busy since this morning. But I managed to treat everyone.
フィガロ先生、
Dr.
紋章の
Figaro,
こと
you're
話し
going
て
to
くれるん
tell
で
us
すよ
about
ね。
these crests, right?
その前に
Before I do, I'm going to introduce another wizard with the same crest. He's someone you know well. He stopped by the clinic earlier. Leno. Lennox, come on in.
君たちも知ってる人だ。
Aku, do you want to be big man?
I mean, sure, but I don't like that you
He
phrased
has
it
a
like
deep
that.
voice.
He has a little guy in his bag. That's so good.
Yeah!
I love one little guy. But yeah, sure.
I love one little guy.
レノックスさん。
Mr. Lennox, it's Mr. Lennox, the shepherd.
どうも。
Hello.
お久しぶりです。
It's been a while. Is the little lamb that I hugged all grown up now?
あ、
Yes.
無事
He
に
is growing up big and strong.
レノックスさんにも紋章が？
Mr. Lennox, is there a crest on your body as well?
ここに。
Right here.
本当だ。
You're right.
同じユ
It's
リの
the
紋
same
章。
lily crest.
紋章が浮かんだ魔法使いが4人いる
So
と
if
い
there
う
are
ことは、
4 wizards with new crests,
大いな
It
る
means
厄災
that
と
none of the
戦い
southern
に行った
wizards who left to
南
fight
の
the,
魔法使
the
いた
great
ちは全員
catastrophe will be coming
帰って
home.
これなくなってしまったよ。
なんてこと。
I can't believe
皆さん、
it. They were
いい
all
方た
such
ちだったの。
kind people.
South is so chill.
They're so chill.
Yeah.
Figaro 先生、
Dr. Figaro,
僕たちも
does that mean the same
帰って
thing
これ
might
なくなった
happen
り
to
するので
us?
しょうか。
大丈夫だよ、ミチル。
Don't worry, Mita.
君たち兄
You
弟
two
は
are the sons of the great
偉
witch
大な魔
Tiretta.
女。それに
Plus, he might be a
今は
shepherd
羊
now,
飼い
but
をしてい
Lennox
る
is
が
an experienced
レノッ
soldier.
クスは歴戦の
Sorry.
You good, Sophie?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like losing my voice.
Oh dear.
I'm okay.
そうだっ ったんですか?
Wait, really?
歴戦というほどでは
I'm not really that experienced.
長い
I've
間
simply wandered the
さ
world
まよ
for
ってい
many
た
years. That's
それ
all.
だけだ
なんかかっこい
And
い。
that's kinda cool.
ご立派な方だったんですね。
I didn't realize you were such an amazing person.
ね
See?
安心してきただ
Feeling
ろ
a bit better now?
そういうフィガロ
And
先
what
生は
about you,
どうなんで
Dr.
すか?
Figaro? Is there anything cool about you?
ないんですか?
ほら
Staring into the
Hey.
camera.
Hey, don't be rude, Mitile.
だって
I had
他
to
の国の
know.
魔法使い
The
に
wizards
笑わ
from
れ
other
ますよ。
countries are going to laugh at us. Especially the northern
下の魔法使いは意地
wizards
が悪い
are
から
extra mean.
フィガロ先生は今のまま
But
でも
don't
か
you
っこいい
think
じゃ
that
ないか
Dr. Figaro's as
俺
cool
の
as
注
he
射の腕
is?
にみん
My
な
shot
メロメロで
administering techniques have won the whole town over.
先生の注射
Your shots hurt,
痛いですよ。
Doctor.
フィガロ先
Dr.
生
Figaro.
二人
Have
に
you not
話
told
して
the
らっ
two
し
of
ゃらない
them?
んですか
Shh.
まだ黙っ
Stay
てい
quiet
て
about that for now.
何ですか?
What is it?
It's
いや
nothing.
あ、
Ah,
また隠し
jeez.
事して
There you go, keeping
この前も
secrets
禁酒
again.
するって言ったの
You
に
know, Dr.
大人に
Figaro
お
said
酒
he
隠
stopped
してま
drinking
し
the
た。
other day, but he found a stash of alcohol tucked away in his cabinet.
ごめんごめん
Sorry,
先生の隠し
sorry.
事は趣味みたいな
Keeping
ものだから
secrets just happens to be my hobby.
あまりいいご趣味じゃないで
That's
すよ。
not a very good hobby, you know?
Forgive me,
Yes,
Rutile. That's
Kuremo
just how I
Shogun-san.
am. In any case, we're going to head to the
それじゃあ
southern
みんな、
tower tonight, so
今夜
start
には
packing now.
南の国の塔に向かうから承知しま
Will
した
do.
村の皆さんは大丈夫でしょう
I
か?
wonder if everyone in the village will be okay.
できる限
Let's
りの
do
備えをして出
everything we
かけよ
can before we head on
う
out.
今回の大
The
いなる
great
厄介は
catastrophe is
厄介
shaping
そう
up
だ
to be a real
い
monster
つ
this
帰れ
year.
るかわからない
I don't know when we'll be able to return.
はい。わかりました。
Yes, I understand. I hope
どう
that
か
no more terrible things will
恐ろしい
happen.
ことがも
I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
we've been going for 3 hours.
Yeah.
We've seen everybody!
Yay!
Shout out to wizards.
Shout out to wizards.
So true, so true.
I can't believe I saw Figaro.
You had such a visceral reaction to him too.
He makes me ill. The lying liar that lies.
I mean, I can't blame you. I really can't. That motherfucker owes me money.
Amazing.
Are you gonna pull in the Sanrio thingy at all?
Do I have enough currency to?
No, it takes 300.
Yeah. Yeah.
No cinema roll.
Damn. I mean, I could do a solo pull and see what happens, but I'm not very
Do
confident.
it. It would be funny.
Okay, sure.
Do it for the
Streamer
stream.
luck. It's fine.
We'll see.
Damn.
Well, at least it's more, I don't know.
Good for you.
Got a meow meow, it's all good.
So nyan.
Do you guys have any parting words before we move on to the next thing?
Not really.
Do not trust me, girl. Do not trust this man. All of the
Do not
wizards are
trust this
lying,
man.
actually.
There's no such thing as an honest wizard.
There's Chloe.
That's true. Anyways, no thoughts, head empty.
So true, so true.
It's been very fun to join you for this. because I've been wanting to do this for like so long now. And it was fun, just like I thought it would be. I love wizards.
Yes. I am happy to be here. I was trying to get my friend to stream this forever, but my friend is a freak. So I'm glad to be here.
It does
That's
feel
so
a
understandable.
little strange, like, streaming it, because it was, like, my very, very, very first stream. Like, it was a test stream. So, yeah, you were
You've come
there.
so far.
We love
I
a good
was.
throwback.
You were, Sophie. You were at my first stream ever.
I was like a child. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I mean, I guess it was a couple years ago now.
I was like 17 and my brain was like bare and not wrinkled yet.
Fair enough. We should definitely do this again sometime. We should figure out when.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No thoughts head empty.
No thoughts head empty.